All 95.9 HKFM news updates anytime on the free Ad Astra Radio app. Download that and stay up to date. Here's the Bee Gees at HKFM.
The following is a presentation of Ad Astra Radio, leading the way in local sports coverage. Stay tuned for Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM. Stream live audio and video of Crusader football on the free Ad Astra Radio app. Coming up, we'll count down to kickoff on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Alan Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glassman. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online alansamuelshutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Good evening and welcome to Wamego, Kansas, where we're on hand for a 4A regional championship game tonight featuring the homestanding Wamego Red Raiders versus your Buhler Crusaders. Good evening, Chris Shank, Matt Atherton, my color commentator tonight, Jaden Yingling on top of the press box, and Well, you're probably asking yourself, where's Aaron West right now? And
that guy left us high and dry tonight.
He did. He only gave us 5 minutes notice. No, I'm teasing.
Yeah,
no. He's at a wedding tonight, so we wish him best. He's actually going to be doing a little bit of DJing. He told me he's not DJing, but I said, you're in charge of the music, Aaron.
Yeah, I can tell you, since I loaded the sound system into his car yesterday, he is DJing tonight.
DJing. Okay, there you go.
I can assure you.
So anyway, tonight we get a neat rematch tonight. Two teams that have seen each other the last couple years. Previous to this, didn't have much of a history. And Matt, I tell you what, last year we lost in the regular season to Wamego, then came up here in the playoffs. Granted, it was a round deeper. Buhler was able to advance beyond Wamego. Tonight we have another opportunity. One of these teams is going home tonight.
Yeah, another opportunity. And Chris, when I think back to that matchup last year, the thing that I think we all remember is that really was Landon Martinez's coming out party. At that point, obviously a sophomore this year, but coming into a freshman, hadn't been used a lot early on. As the season wore on, I think more and more as they got comfortable with him and he got comfortable with that varsity group, they really kind of keyed into some things that he can do especially well. His start-stop ability and ability to get to top speed in really like 2 steps is just kind of otherly, other than anyone else. And it was on that west side of the field, that little jet sweep they ran that direction. He made a guy miss, stopped, let another guy run by, scored a touchdown, and it was kind of off to the races. Such a fun night that night. I know Buhler would like to do something like that again tonight.
No doubt. You talked about Martinez. The cool thing about him, he is a guy, every time he touches the ball, he has a chance to score. And the neat thing is, whether it's on offense, as a receiver, or as a back on a jet sweep, as a defender, as a guy picking off passes, or as a return man, he touches the ball in all 3 facets of the game.
You know, I think that the last thing you talked about, it has been the most interesting to me throughout the course of the year. All of these teams, it's not like when you and I were growing up and the film you got was like grainy film. You had to like on an 8mm tape, right? Everybody has film because it's all loaded into Huddle. Teams continue to kick it to him. I don't understand why. Kick away from that guy. If I was wearing any color other than maroon, I'm kicking it away from him. He's able to take even busted plays and turn them into positive plays and gain positive yardage. When you think there's nothing there, he's just special like that. His ability to turn a game in one play is really unique.
Yes, and it'll be interesting. Hopefully Landon can have a big night against Wamego tonight in this 4A matchup. We'll take a quick look before we take our first commercial break at some of the other games going on across the Ad Astra network. We've got games galore in the Battle of Southern McPherson County, and you lived in Central Kansas long enough to know we have Moundridge and Inman on KMCP. No love lost between those two.
No, two groups of people that really don't cheer for each other very much. Absolutely. Just down the road from each other.
Yep, so a big game on KMCP. Then on KMPK in the 8-man ranks, Little River makes a trek to Linden, so they have to do some traveling. That's one of the things, too. A lot of our Central Kansas teams traveling this week. Central Christian, they are one of the few teams at home. They're hosting Logan Palco there in Hutchinson. Marion is at Sterling, and Clay Center and Andale. All those games you can find on the Ad Astra Radio app. Haven is making the long trip to Northwest Kansas, clear up to Phillipsburg. That's quite a boat ride for Haven, but I know that they're pretty excited about Haven's opportunity to try to advance in their classification.
Yeah, really, really cool for those kids from Haven. Also, I'll go back to that Central Christian. Those guys have been just rolling teams up. Coach Barnett over there has really got it working. Really fun to see it for those guys.
Yeah, Central Christian, I mean, they have hardly had a game go past the half, correct?
Yeah, I mean, they're just thumping people early and often. Really cool for those kids.
Yeah, and talking elsewhere, we kind of skipped over, but Trinity Catholic is making the long trek up to Belleville to take on Republic County. So kind of the cool thing within Reno County, you've got a lot of schools still left playing, and 4 of those 5 schools, we have their games tonight on the Ad Astra Sports Network, so kind of cool.
Absolutely.
So, all right, well, we're going to take our first time out on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Again, it's Wamego hosting Buhler, 4A regional action coming your way, 6 o'clock kick right here on KWHK.
We've got more of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Later in the show, we'll hear from head coach Steve Warner, and Chris Schenk gives us his 3 keys to victory. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
Isaacson Insurance Agency. 38 years in business, available 24/7 to handle all your insurance needs. Visit isaacsonagency.com or call 620-727-0653 to start saving today. Isaacson Insurance Agency. Free to do what's right for you.
Whether you want a small home remodel or need repairs done or have a brand new build project in mind, Erickson Custom Building is your choice. All of us at Erickson Custom Building would like to thank our customers for 20 years of business and friendship. Brian and the crew at Erickson have spent those years developing excellent customer service and quality leadership for all types of projects, big or small, traditional or trendy. When your project is finished, it will reflect your vision for quality and follow-through that exceeds your expectations, not your budget. Call Erickson Custom Building or find us on the web at ericksoncustombldg.com.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
Is it time to replace an old can light trim? Sunflower Electric Supply has a great option, an LED recessed downlight that also includes a night light. This innovative design is perfect for a bathroom, hallway, stairway, or kitchen and is simple to install. The night light activates with the toggle of a light switch. It's energy efficient and color selectable from warm to cool white with the bulbs already included. Only $28. Visit us at Sunflower Electric Supply in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal to get yours today.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Welcome back to Wamego High School 4A Regional Football coming your way here at the top of the hour. Wamego hosting Buhler here on the Healthy Blue Kansas Road to a Championship presented by Thrive Allen County. Midway Motors drive to the game. And we're going to take a look now at our Ag 360 Insurance ones to watch. Contact agents Darren Eddy and Cody Moores and Inman, partners in your legacy. And Matt, we were visiting during that commercial break. When you look at with Wamego, we'll start with Wamego, the ones to watch. I know, from that game that we had in the regular season, quarterback Logan Fulton, and to me, the work he did with his legs, that's something that Buhler's going to have to really slow down tonight.
Yeah, he was able to get outside the pocket, and I had a chance to kind of watch him go through his warm-ups. His release is really quick, so when he gets outside of the pocket, not only is he a capable runner, but he doesn't take a huge wind-up. It's not like one of those really long arm swings that you can hit. He's really quick, makes quick decisions, and I think that he presents a unique challenge because he is so good at throwing on the move, and certainly has the ability to do that. As we were kind of talking about it, it's kind of a unique matchup. Typically, Buhler's defense really tees off against slow offensive linemen, right? So, like those big lumbering offensive linemen, I think Coach Coles, when he sees those guys on video, kind of licks his chops and he gets his guys ready. Wamego presents an interesting challenge. They're not particularly big on the offensive line. They're quick, but they're not big. I think that quickness is part of what has frustrated Buhler just a little bit, really in the game earlier this season. Their inability to kind of run against that as they've been able to fill the gaps. I know that the coaches have spent a tremendous amount of time working to get ready for that in particular.
And I think on the Buhler side of things, ones to watch, Jackson Rumbaugh, our Mike linebacker, that's traditionally who's going to be the spy of the quarterback.
Right.
So, when Fulton does scramble, when he does run the football, how well Jackson can, just kind of spy him. Because if you remember, too, it seemed like he gashed us a lot just straight ahead. He'd kind of fake, just basically those called draws where our D linemen had so much pressure upfield that they kind of used their speed against us. That then they were able to run him upfield. So I think Jackson's got to have a big night, kind of keeping Fulton contained.
And you kind of wonder to what extent, and you could probably speak to this better than I can. It would seem to me that the job that the defensive ends do in setting the edge and forcing him up into Jackson. So you can't get so busy sack hunting or trying to get the big play I think this is a whole lot more against a guy like Logan Fulton. Can you stay gap sound and force him to come up into where you have other tacklers? It may not be you that gets the sack. It may be your teammate that gets the sack, and we have to celebrate the team today.
Yep, 100%. You're exactly spot on that. So, Matt, then on the for Buhler tonight, who would you say some of the players that are be the ones to watch for the Crusaders?
Ben Klaus. I mean, we talked earlier about Landon Martinez, obviously. But what Buhler wants to do is run the ball, smash mouth football. You're going to see it tonight. I know I got a chance to talk to some of the coaches. They're going to run a lot of double tight. They're going to put everybody in there in the box and just try to run right at Wamego tonight. And that means Ben Klaus and to a lesser extent, Max Harmony and Asher McConaughey. Those guys that kind of alternate in at fullback. You know that coach wants to stay between the tackles. When Buhler is at its best, that's what they're doing. And so if Ben Klaus has a good night tonight, I think it speaks really well for Buhler's chance in the game.
And talking about Ben Klaus having a big night, I think about, and I believe it was in the third quarter of the playoff game last year when we had that drive against Wamego that just chewed an insane amount of clock. And really, if you remember right, I felt like that really swung the pendulum Buhler's way in the playoff matchup last year.
I think when you watch TV, right, it seems like every TV, when you watch football on Saturday or Sunday, offenses are built around quick strike ability. That's really not at all what Buhler wants to do. They're going to get some long runs once in a while, but really what Buhler wants to do is just pound away so that you always see it's a really important thing for Coach Warner when they get to the fourth quarter and they all raise up. He wants the offensive game plan to have a cumulative effect so that the defensive line is gassed by the time they get to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, and it's smash mouth football, running right at your opponent. It's a thing of beauty when it's working, and hopefully the Crusaders will have that opportunity tonight. Well, we're going to continue the Midway Motors drive to the game. In our next, you're going to hear from Coach Warner, hear his thoughts on tonight's contest as we continue to move closer to kickoff. We're about 16 minutes and change away from Wamego and Buhler 4A regional action coming your way on the Healthy Blue Kansas Road to a Championship presented by Thrive Allen County on HKFM. On HKFM.
Number 54, Steve Edmond. Number 50, Nixon Stanley. And number 52, Logan Turner. At running back, number 22, Ben Klaus. Number 20, Number 20, Landon Martinez. Number 2, Advertise. Number 9, Dick Miller. And number 15, Dylan Scripps. And at quarterback, Buhler. Number 4, Asher.
Next on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, our pregame conversation with head coach Steve Warner. Stream Crusader football on your smartphone with the Ad Astra Radio app. Buhler Crusader football on HKFM.
This is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. For years, we've been known for our great service with our ag customers, but did you know we can handle your family or small business insurance needs as well? We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about what we can do for you. As an independent agency, we can shop different coverage options for you. Stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
One of the most important elements of success is knowing when to expand and when to focus on strengthening what you have. At People's Bank and Trust, we've done just that over the years, ensuring that we always have a solid base to provide for our customers and our community. At People's Bank and Trust, we never promise more than we can deliver, and what we deliver is safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Well, welcome back on our Midway Motors drive to the game. Time for pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner as we get ready for Week 10, second round of the playoffs. And it's a new week, but a very familiar opponent in Wamego. You two have played now 4 times in 2 seasons, and all 3 games prior to this have been very closely contested.
And I'm sure this one will be tonight, too. It's going to be very physical. Both teams obviously want to go on to the next round, and a lot at stake. We're going to have to play well and take care of the football and eliminate penalties, and then good things will happen to our offense. And defensively, I know we're going to fly around. We've got to do a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback. Our D-backs are going to have to lock down their good receivers. They've got 2 good receivers, and we've got to lock them down. From game 1, our sophomores have improved a ton, and they're going to be our corners that are locking those guys down. And we're going to do some things to help them over the top and hopefully we just have great coverage and have long, sustained drives on offense.
We talked about it Monday night on the coaches show, but you had the 3 turnovers, a number of critical penalties in the first meeting that really put you guys behind.
It really did, especially in the first half. We were down 14-0 and came back, got it tied 14-14. I just knew we were going to win the football game when that happened. And then we had a couple of breakdowns in the pass coverage area. Then we had another turnover, the third one of the night, and then they went up by the 2 scores. And then it's desperation, and we're throwing the football, and not what we want to be doing. We want to be able to control the ball, not have to put the ball in the air a bunch. We feel like we're going to have to throw to loosen them up a little bit and be able to run the football. But in 2013 in the state championship game, we didn't run the ball very well in the first quarter, and we had to throw to open up the run, and it worked. And it could happen. I know that we can throw the football and then get the running game going too if we need to.
Seems like with that running game, if you can get to around that 200-yard mark, good things will happen.
It's always a good thing for us because then it's ball control, keeping the defense on the sideline, keeping their athletes from getting the ball. It's very, very important for our offense to get that many yards rushing. Defensively,
you've got to stop their quarterback.
We do. We've got to get pressure on him and have to tackle him because he's very good on the run. He can still throw, and that's a nightmare for defensive coordinators when you've got a quarterback like that. But instead of going up arm tackling and tackling high, we've got to tackle him low. He'll come down. He's strong. If we go high, then he's just going to break our tackle and be able to throw the ball downfield, and it makes it really hard on our D-backs to have to cover. We call it a scramble drill, and we work on it all the time. When the quarterback goes to scramble, they've got to stay with their man and lock him down, and that's a hard thing to do, but we work it all the time.
Yeah, their receivers are very good about when their quarterback's keeping a play alive, getting open.
They find an open spot, and we've got to lock down and even if we're in a zone, you lock down, find the guy in your zone, and you stay with him.
Well, I remember back to this playoff game last year, and we talked with Landon Martinez about it on our coaches show on Monday, but that was really the first time a lot of people had seen Landon's ability, and those were plays that you hadn't typically used earlier in the year. So there's always maybe a wrinkle or two that you have to be ready to throw in there.
Well, and we use that same formation, same motion with him, getting the jet sweep, and didn't run the jet sweep against him last time. And we were able to run the ball. That was some of our best runs because we were using him as a decoy because they knew about him and they were ready to stop that. But then we were able to run the ball. So again, little wrinkles, different things that we're going to try to do out of it, and we've got a plan for that too. So I'd also like to get him the ball in that jet sweep because he's awful dynamic. But if you watch the last game, they had a guy right there for him, but our fullbacks just got to be more physical.
Yeah, and then at the end of the night, got to win the line of scrimmage.
Have to, and that starts with our big side for the most part because we like to run to the big side, and also our fullbacks have to block well, and we have to be very physical. We don't want to give up, let them have penetration. Penetration hurts our pullers, and we've got to do a good job of staying with our blocks, and we've worked it all year long. We've worked on the slants that they do. They also like to twist linemen a little bit. We have to be able to recognize that and pick that up too.
You started the year with more sophomore starters than you've ever had in your time here. But you said something to me last week that kind of stuck. They're not sophomores anymore.
They're not. They're juniors now. They've played a full season, and they've all improved. We started 5 at the first of the year, and then we lost Landon Simon game 1 with a knee injury. Now we're starting 4, and Garrett was out 2 weeks. Other than that, they've all played the whole season, and Garrett is coming back with a vengeance. He was very excited to play, and he can't wait to get back out on the field again tonight.
All right. Well, this is what we hang around for, isn't it?
It is playoff time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fun, and I love practicing with the lights on, and love these November sunsets, and I want to see as many of them as I can.
Sounds good, Coach. We appreciate you. Good luck on the field tonight.
Thank you.
That's Coach Steve Warner and our Midway Motors drive to the game. We're back with more right after this.
You're on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. Aaron West and Chris Shank bring you Crusader football Friday nights at 6:30 on HKFM.
Neufeld's Flooring in Buhler, a few miles out of the city, light years out of the ordinary. Since first opening their doors in 1965, Neufeld's Flooring has offered one-of-a-kind flooring and accessories that perfectly pull your project together. That long-standing tradition continues today. Regardless of budget, Neufeld's Flooring can help turn your dreams into realities. Visit their showroom at 110 West 2nd and Buhler and find Neufeld's Flooring online at neufelds.com.
I'm Jared. Since 1948, we at Krupp Lumber in Heston have been helping customers all over the state choose the perfect lumber, right tools for the job, and provide quality products to make their homes stand the test of time. Krupp Lumber has all the best brands like Milwaukee Tools and outdoor power equipment, Marvin and Anderson windows, and R.D. Henry cabinets. Ask about our in-state delivery. Check us out at krupplumber.com. Krupp Lumber. Service is our specialty.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Welcome back to the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Wamego Buhler coming up here in about 8 minutes. Lights are out here at Wamego. They have one of the most elaborate high school entrances I think we've ever seen, Matt, here last year. Anyway, talking a little history before we continue on the state and Crusader history. Only one game back in 2009, Buhler defeated Hugoton in the playoffs. Jake Reffner that night threw for 3 TDs. That 2009 team finished 11-2, losing to Hayden in the state semifinals. Taking a look at the matchup historically against Wamego, a school we don't have much history with because they're in the NCKL, different part of the state. They were a 3A for many years. Buhler's overall record against Wamego, 1-2. Of course, the 2 losses in the regular season the last 2 years, but the most important win was the playoffs last year, Matt.
Absolutely, and like we've talked about, a thing that Buhler would really like to replicate tonight.
Yes. So taking a look at Wamego this year, again, we talked about the fact that they are 7-2 on the season. Their only losses to Rock Creek and to Topeka Hayden. We know Topeka Hayden, a perennial powerhouse. Rock Creek, a school in Class 3A that's getting ready to move up to 4A that is really rolling through some people in the league that Wamego's in, the NCKL. We're going to take one more time out, and we'll be back. We'll get your starting lineups. You're listening to Buhler Crusader Football on the Healthy Blue Kansas Road to a Championship, presented by Thrive Allen County on HKFM.
We're just minutes away from tonight's kickoff. Just ahead on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, Chris gives us his 3 keys to victory. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. Fall is such a beautiful time of year with spectacular colors and flavors. Come in and enjoy a pine cone, bear claw, or cinnamon roll, or how about one of our seasonal favorites, homemade pumpkin spice and apple spice, made with fresh pumpkin and apple. And let's not forget those crispy apple fritters. All your fall favorites are here now at your Hutchinson Daylight Donuts, 1435 East 30th and 3rd and Main in Hutchinson.
Apple Lane Animal Hospital is pleased to welcome our new associate veterinarian to the practice, Dr. Logan Drucker. Dr. Drucker is a native of Inman, and after graduating from Kansas State School of Veterinary Medicine, he has come back to serve his local community. Dr. Drucker is currently taking on new clients, so give our friendly staff a call at 662-0515 and set up an appointment today. Apple Lane Animal Hospital, your pet's second best friend.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, and they're hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at bradburygroup.com. The Bradbury Company, wishing the best of luck to all the teams.
At Hutch CC, I learned way more than what was in the books. Small classes, real support, and friends who feel like family. It gave me the confidence to chase what's next. Your future begins at hutchcc.edu.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Welcome back up to Wamego. The captains are at midfield as the coin toss coming down here in just a second. We're going to take a look at your uniforms tonight. Brought to you by Ineta Cleaners in Hutchinson. It's where to take your clothes. Wamego, the home team, they're in their home black uniforms, white writing, white numerals with red and white stripes on the helmets. They have the sloped W with the Indian headdress feathers on it on the helmets. Buhler's in their road white uniforms, the black pants with the black numerals and the matte maroon helmets. The officials taking quite a bit of time here at midfield. Take a look at kickoff conditions. It's 61 degrees right now in Wamego. As is customary this time of the year, temperatures are going to fall pretty quickly this evening. By the time this game goes final, temperatures should be in the mid-40s. So it is going to get cold in a hurry tonight, Matt.
It's going to be a great night for some football.
No doubt.
And finally getting to where it feels like football weather.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, as we're waiting for the white hat, we'll see who won the toss and all that good stuff.
So I think Buhler won the toss and has deferred.
Yep, so Wamego will have it first, and they'll be working from left to right, moving from east to west. So, Matt, your 3 keys to the game.
Don't turn it over, number one. Just gotta. It's too hard to beat good teams if you're turning the ball over. Number 2, and this, I will tell you, 2 has 2 parts. Stay on schedule, right? But the way you do that is you don't pick up flags. You cannot pick up pre-snap penalties, holding in the backfield. 1st and 10 is one thing. 1st and 20 is a totally different thing for Coach Warner, coach offense. And then the last one, it's playoffs. You may have to take a chance here. You may have to open up the playbook a little bit, try something, get a little tricky. I know they've got a couple things they've been working on, so I'll be curious to see if they don't try some different formations tonight.
As they say in the political realm with presidents, all military options are on the table. As a head football coach tonight, all options are on the table.
That is it.
All those trick plays that you've worked on since August that the kids have been like, can we run it? You're like, no. This is the night that you save it for.
Yeah, you save all that stuff because you know at some point down the road you may need it. No time like tonight, you may very well need it right here.
No doubt, because tonight at about 10 o'clock or there a little bit beforehand, one of these 2 schools will be finished for football here in 2025. So we're going to take a look at the starting lineups offensively first for Wamego as they'll be returning. Of course, the quarterback is Logan Fulton, the senior, 6 foot, 208 pounds. The running backs, number 44, the junior Cash Threet, Trig Sly, number 30, a freshman. Mason Ish gets in a little bit as well. The receivers, number 1, Dominic Flacco, a senior, Reed McDiffett, Brody Cottom, and Drew Erickson. Their offensive line, Landon Steinlog, Luke Lane, Gavin Hammond, Lucas Quintilla, and Rylan Held. And again, we talked about their biggest O-lineman is their center, Gavin Hammond, the 225-pound junior center. So we're about ready for kickoff. Again, Buhler is working from right to left as you watch on the video feed tonight.
Kind of another one of those interesting fields, kind of like Andale. Almost every field we visit is north-south oriented. Here at Wamego and at Andale, east-west oriented, so nobody has to look into the sun except the receivers.
No doubt, no doubt. So lining it up, teeing it up is Buhler's kicker,
Nathan
Wells. And we're about ready for kickoff here from Wamego. You're listening to Crusader Football on 95.9 KWHK Hutchinson. It's a squib kick that will keep bouncing, be fielded inside the 20-yard line. It'll be picked up by Wamego's number 1, Dominic Flacco, and he's going to get walloped right as he crosses the 30.
Yeah, I think it was Max Harmony was the first one there. Good coverage. Coach Warner really doesn't like to kick it deep. Opts most of the time for that squib, trying to slow the ball down enough to let his defenders get down there. Kids did a good job wrapping up.
So again, your starting lineup is brought to you by Heartland Wealth Strategies. We'll get to Buhler's defensive lineup here. Wamego will go twins to the near side. Fulton will be out of the gun with 1 back in the backfield with him. Shotgun snap, Fulton quick release on the far side flat, and it's going to be caught, but it instantly corralled on the far side by the corner, Garrett Gleason. So good to see the sophomore back.
Yeah, and really with Garrett back, it allows everybody to kind of settle back into their spots. They can move Scripp back to safety, so you have Jacob and Scripp at the safeties, Martinez and Gleason on the corners, the two sophomore corners, both with really good speed and coverability.
Front four for Buhler tonight: Lane Burkhart, Jacob Burlow, Noah Hayes, and Jax Pratt. The linebacker core: Asher McConaughey, Jackson Rumbaugh, Max Harmony. As it is Fulton out of the gun, one receiver here to the near side. Fulton, quick release, slant near side. It's going to be caught by his intended target, Reed McDiffit. He's going to have enough for the first down, be brought down just shy of the midfield stripe. And so Wamego gets the first down on their second down there.
Yeah, and again, really that's not much of a read play. It's just catch. You know you're throwing where you're going ahead of time. The little slant beat Martinez inside. It's a good throw, good catch.
Fulton again out of the gun. The sniffer back, as they call it, here on the right-hand side. Fulton drops back to pass. They have attempted to pass on every pass play. Long takes the big swipe, and holy cow, tough break for Buhler as there's some what I'd consider incidental contact. Dominic Flacco downfield got bracketed by Miller as well as Gleason, got tripped up, and they're going to call a pass interference or a defensive hold on Buhler.
Yeah, I thought everybody wanted the call on Jacob. I didn't think it was there. I thought Garrett may have held on earlier in the route. By the time Jacob got there, he was trying to make a play on the ball. So I think they got Garrett as the receiver was coming out of his break.
So that penalty will move the ball into Crusader territory. Ball will be spotted right around the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Wamego. 10:49 left to go here, quarter one. Twins to the near side. Fulton out of the shotgun. Puts a man in motion. That's Erickson. They'll hand off to the tailback, who will barrel his way forward. That's tailback Cash Threet, the junior. Will have the first run play of the evening for Wamego, about a 7-yard pickup. It'll bring up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Chris, it's going to be a long night for Buhler if they're able to get that much push. Before Threet was touched, he was 2 steps into the Buhler backfield, or into the defensive backfield, and that's just too much space.
2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Erickson in motion. They're going to hand off to Threet again, and he's going to have the first down and then some, as Wamego is close to breaking into the red zone. He's going to be brought down near the 21 or 22-yard line, so another first down for Wamego.
Yeah, and Asher McConaughey in on that tackle, but again, Chris, he had a head of steam before he was touched. You just can't give him 3 yards before contact. That's too much space.
Wamego with incredibly quick-hitting plays to begin with, not slow developing. They are getting the ball out quick. Fulton out of the gun. Erickson in motion. They'll fake the handoff, jet sweep to Erickson now. Fulton will burrow his way forward. They'll get across the 20 down to the 19-yard line, and if you remember from game 1 of this year, Fulton, that's how he really tore up Buhler on the ground on those inside runs.
Yeah, and you mentioned it before the game. That really was like that draw play they set up. You kind of give a little bit of time for all of the space to clear out and then pick a lane. I thought Jackson Rumbaugh did a pretty good job of shadowing and making early contact.
Buhler going with a 3-man defensive front to give him a little bit different look. Now Buhler was going to get called, I think, for an encroachment penalty as Wamego goes with the hard counts. So a 2nd penalty on the Crusaders tonight. And they're going to now be inside the 15. The ball will be spotted at the 14-yard line, so it'll bring 2nd and 2. 9:13 left to go here, quarter one.
Yeah, 20 penalty yards on this drive. That's just not going to work.
And you talked about in the pregame, those pre-snap penalties so far, 1 on Buhler.
Yeah, just can't do them. Can't do it. Black Knight defense going to have to bow up here a little bit.
Twins to the near side. They'll put Erickson in motion. They'll sling a pass to the far sideline. It's going to be caught in the end zone. Well-thrown ball to Dominic Flacco as they put it over his back shoulders. Just really a tough pass to defend as a DB because you always want to take away inside leverage. And that time Fulton put it just outside the DB's shoulders.
Yeah, it was actually a beautiful throw by Fulton. He put that high where only Flacco could go get it, right over the head of Garrett Gleason. Because Garrett had that inside leverage, it was an outside throw that was going to have to be made, and it was right on the money.
So the lineup for the PAT, Wamego leading 6-0, 8:50 left to go here in the first quarter. PAT up and good. It was a low kind of line drive kick, but it's up and good. So your score with 8:50 left to go here in the first quarter, 4A regional football. Wamego 7, Buhler nothing. Back after this timeout on 95.9 HKFM.
Crusader fans, this is Lyle Gertzen, proud alum of Buhler High School and game day voice of Crusader football and basketball. I am honored to support Crusader athletics and academics. As your full-service real estate agent with Align Realty of Hutchinson, I bring over 30 years of experience in appraisal and real estate, ready to assist you with all of your real estate needs, finding homes for buyers and buyers for homes since 2013. Call or text me, Lyle Gertzen, with Align Realty, 620-899-4211.
Alan Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson. We take pride in supporting our community and being committed to our customers. Don Glassby here to let you know the dependability of your vehicle is very important to us. Our top-notch service team is ready anytime your vehicle needs attention. Visit us online at AlanSamuelsHutch.com. Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, where there's always a warm cup of coffee waiting, and as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
HKFM.
Welcome back to Wamego as Buhler will have their first opportunity with the football here after the Red Raiders kick it away. Kicker for Wamego is the man that caught the touchdown, Dominic Flacco. Flacco's kick, a high end-over-end kick that's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. It's going to be picked up by Garrett Gleason. Gleason, a little stutter step, tries to find a seam and will fight his way out to the 25-yard line. So not bad field position, Matt, for Buhler to begin this drive.
No, absolutely. We talked before the game, kind of surprised that teams have continued to kick it to Landon Martinez. Interesting, coach had elected to put 3 guys deep, as you had Landon and Garrett and Jacob all back there trying to cover the entire width of the field. So good return, and now Buhler's got to get it done between the tackles, efficient football.
Your Heartland Wealth Strategies starting lineup for Buhler on the offensive side. The junior quarterback, Asher Zachary, under center, will put Jacob Miller in motion. Miller on a little counter play will work his way across the 25-yard line. About a 1-yard pickup there. Starting O-line for Buhler tonight. Center is Colby McCarty. John Aldrich is the quick guard. Logan Turner is the quick tackle. Gabe Edmond, the big guard. And Nixon Stanley, the big tackle. In the backfield, Ben Klaus, the senior tailback. Max Harmony, the fullback. Asher McConaughey will see some fullback action as well. Garrett Gleason, Landon Martinez, some of the receivers, along with tight ends Miller and Pratt. So clock rolling here, 8:10. 2nd and 9 to go. Out of the gun, Zachary will hand off to Klaus. Not much of a scene there for Klaus, as he'll get about a yard pickup there. So bring up a 3rd and long now for Buhler. 3rd and 8.
That last formation trying to spread Wamego out and see if they couldn't get Ben man on a linebacker. Wamego able to crash that down inside. Wholesale substitutions as coach changes out all of his skill position guys. Maybe bring some heft in, tighten things up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Buhler going into the double tights, double wing set. They've got Jacob Miller in there at quarterback. He's under pressure. He's going to fight forward. Miller still breaks out of a tackle. Unfortunately, he gets across the 30-yard line, picked up about 4 or 5 yards there, but it can be stopped short. They went with kind of a different look that time, putting Miller out of the gun. And unfortunately, he's going to be about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. The line to gain out at the 35.
Yeah, I don't mind the look. It's going to be hard to throw out of that. I think obviously the initial look there is for Jacob to put it down. As he moved to his left, was looking downfield. Looked like Lane Burkhart was coming out on a tight end route, but nothing there. Jacob did a good job to get what he got.
And the punts there off the foot of Asher McConaughey will bounce out of bounds. It'll get across the 50, but go out about the 36-yard line. So Wamego's going to have good field position now. Buhler has an empty possession on their first possession. Wamego, of course, had the scoring drive. Let's see if the Black Knights can slow them down on the second go-round.
Yeah, ball about the same spot where Wamego took over in their first possession. They were so efficient, moved so quickly to get up to the line and execute. Buhler's going to have to do something to get this offense stymied.
Buhler back with a 4-man defensive front. Wamego, one receiver to either side. Fulton out of the gun, claps, will hand off to Threet, who will work to his left. And this time Threet will get about 2 yards forward progress. Ball will be spotted about the 38-yard line, will bring up a 2nd and 8.
It looks so much like really a college offense. Even when they run that, they run so much RPO action. He will put that ball into Threet's tummy on the mesh, and then he holds it while he's watching. And you know that he's trying to make a decision reading the defensive end. Going to be a tough defensive assignment for those middle linebackers, whoever rotates into those spots tonight.
Twins to the left, one receiver to the near side. Fulton's going to fire a missile down the far sideline, or near sideline. It's going to be hauled in. Well-placed ball, as that's going to be caught on the near side by Reed McDiffett. And I tell you what, Logan Fulton's arm talent really impressing me tonight, Matt. He's been putting the ball where the Buhler DBs can't even get to it.
Yeah, and both of those long passes he's thrown to the boundary, and he's had no trouble getting them there. I thought Landon was looked like he was timing his steps to go up and try to knock that one away. I think it just carried further than he thought it was going to.
Twins to the far, one receiver to the near. Fulton will sling it in the far sideline. Erickson will catch it in the flat, and he's going to get stopped, run out of bounds, a couple yards shy of the first down. That's the first time Drew Erickson has touched the football tonight, the 5'9", 140-pound senior slot back. Cash Threet will check in for Wamego. It'll bring up, like we said, a 2nd and 2 here. 5:52 left to go, first quarter.
Well, these plays are really, you mentioned it a couple minutes ago, they're not long developing plays. They're just, he gets the ball into his hands, makes a quick decision, and then goes with it. And the pass plays, because they've been out at the boundary, there's really no chance for the safety to get involved in that. You really just have one-on-one coverage on this near side now.
Buhler goes press coverage in the cornerbacks. That Fulton keeps it. He'll get the first down. He'll get submarine as Jacob Miller comes up from one of the safety positions to knock him, but not after he got the first down. So Wamego knocking on the door on their second possession, oh so close to the red zone. 5:40 left to go here, quarter one.
I feel fairly confident Coach Coles will get a handle on this at a certain point. Buhler's gonna have to bow up here, keep them out of the end zone.
So Wamego going with a hard count. Earlier in the game, they were able to draw the Crusaders offside. We're walking linebackers up. Now Fulton will audible. And Coach Weston Moody is going to call a timeout as the play clock was down. So we'll take a timeout as well. 5:19 left to go, quarter one. Wamego 7, Buhler nothing. Back after this timeout on HKFM. HKFM.
This is Annette with Annette KF Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
Farmers, turn your old equipment and materials into cash at Scrap Management Industries. Tractors, irrigation pipes, storage tanks, and more. No amount is too big or too small. Recycle it for cash with Scrap Management Industries in Hutchinson at Avenue G and Main.
If you're getting ready to buy or sell land, start a building project, or have a property line in question, call Alpha Land Surveys. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust Alpha Land Surveys. Call 728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
HKFM.
Out of the timeout, Fulton will take the shotgun snap, roll to his right for Wamego, hurl a bomb down the near sideline, and luckily it's going to be overthrown. His intended target here on the near side was Reed McDiffett.
Yeah, McDiffett ran a little out and up. I thought that Landon may have been got by that double move. The ball, so early, he's put so many of those balls on the outside shoulder. That one leaked back inside. Even if it had not been overthrown, I think Landon had a chance to make a play on it. So Buhler defense able to hold on first down, and that's the first thing.
Yes.
You've got to force them into second, third, and long.
I believe that's their first incompletion on first down tonight.
Yep.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Fulton, another hard count, trying to draw the Crusaders offside. 5:14 left to go, quarter one. 7-0 Wamego with the lead and the football. Fulton, quarterback draw up to the far side. He will pick up about 5 yards on the carry as he crosses the 25. He'll be marked down near the 23-yard line as the clock will continue to run here. So bring up about a 3rd and 5. The line to gain for Wamego down to the 18.
Dropped by Jacob Miller. Buhler's bringing those blitzers, trying to time the snap. It's just letting Fulton know where they're coming from, so he ran the other direction. We'll have to show that a little later, I think.
Fulton audibling here again. Twins to the far side, one receiver to the near. He's going to launch one here near side. McDivitt doing a great job of coming back to the football. Just a little hook route as Martinez making sure he didn't get beyond him, but McDivitt read it well and came back to the ball.
Yeah, and again, another really well-thrown ball. Fulton threw that before he was out of his break. Really good timing route, and you don't see a whole lot of that at the high school game. That was pretty well executed.
No doubt. Wamego in the red zone now. They have 1st and 10. The line to gain down near the 3-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. Erickson in motion. He's going to get it on the jet sweep to the far side. Maybe going to have a little bit, but great run down there. Jacob Miller showing some speed there as he flat out ran down Drew Erickson.
Yeah, came out of nowhere. And absolutely wrapped him up. Left no doubt that he was not getting into the end zone. Pretty interesting play call. We've seen them bring him in motion 3 or 4 times and not use it. That time elected to use it. Jacob was ready for it.
3:45 left to go, quarter 1. Wamego driving, ball near the 10-yard line. Trying to make it a 2-score game, 2 receivers to the near side. Again, Fulton audibling. Hard count, catches the shotgun snap, will rifle one near side, and that's going to be overthrown, thankfully. One of the nice things, Matt, and you know this, as you get closer to the end zone, if you're a spread team, sometimes things really tighten up.
Yeah, absolutely, and your play sheet gets a little more difficult. It looks like there was a penalty.
There's a flag out.
Holding on Wamego, so something that worked well for Buhler, pushed them back, get them in down in distance they don't want to be in. That should be 2nd and about 15, yeah?
Yeah, that'll be the first penalty of the evening on Wamego. That will move it back outside the 20-yard line here. 3:29 left to go first quarter. Wamego 7, Buhler nothing. And like we said, the Wamego can get a first down without scoring here. Second possession of the night for the Red Raiders. Twins to the far side. Running back 3 to the near side of Fulton. Fulton rolling to his right hard. Will launch a pass near side. It's going to be caught by McDivitt. He's going to be drug out of bounds. They'll give him forward progress up to down to the 11-yard line. Bring up a 3rd down and about 8.
But they really like those out routes. There's a couple of times now that they've gotten Fulton moving, and obviously a right-handed quarterback. He throws better rolling to the right, but he's very comfortable putting that ball right on the boundary, moving that direction. That's still, again, a pretty long throw, but right on the money. And Landon was in good position.
No doubt. Out of the gun is Logan Fulton. Will take the shotgun snap. Play action pass will find Drew Erickson, who just set up a little hook route underneath. He's going to have the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for Wamego near the 1-yard line, as it was just a little sticks route, if you will, where Drew Erickson literally got beyond the line to gain and just turned around and waited for the football.
Yeah, and Buhler in that shell zone coverage, he just found the hole and sat down. And actually, one of the very few times today that Fulton has actually seen the numbers on his teammate before he threw it, and we could see it from our angle. Really just sat down in that zone, and Fulton found him.
2 receivers to the far side. They'll put a man in motion. And Fulton's going to fake the jet sweep and then just burrow his way forward and take it in for about 2 yards out. Touchdown Wamego, as the Red Raiders go up by 2 scores now, 13-0, 2:22 left to go here in the first quarter. And they're a PAT away from being up 14-0. And that's one of those things that the whole jet sweep action, they're trying to really put a lot of pressure on the defense to worry about the edge. But then if they see too much movement, then they can attack you up the gut.
Yeah, you're able to slow down the linebackers there, because they have to make sure that thing's not going wide. That extra second creates that space for the offensive line to find a hole, and Fulton found it.
Wamego 14, Buhler nothing. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with Buhler's second possession of the night. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
Calling all Crusader fans. This is Randy Gotti, and whether it's Friday Night Lights, championship dreams, or band competitions, your support fuels the pride, passion, and performance of our Buhler High School students. Join the Booster Club today to support the Crusaders. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals.
This is Derek Fees with APAC Kansas Shears Division. You know we do big projects, but we also want you to know we can help you with parking lots, driveways, and other projects at your home or business. Asphalt or concrete, we're here to help. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. At Block, we're committed to inspiring confidence at tax time and beyond. Call today so we can get you squared away.
HKFM.
Welcome back to Wamego. Red Raiders up 14-0. Buhler getting ready to receive their second kickoff of the night. 2:22 left to go here, quarter one. Kick from Falco. Going to be picked up around the 10-yard line. Good return going for Gleason as he's going to get it all the way out to the 40-yard line. So some good field position now for the Buhler Crusaders.
Yeah, and just what the doctor ordered, Buhler's got to do two things. Got to get a sustained drive just to get the collective field going better, but you've also got to give your defensive guys a little bit of a breather. They've been out there an awful lot in this first quarter, and it's been very fast. Those guys need a minute to collect themselves, and coach needs a little bit of time to look at the film and figure out what's going on.
Well, I believe it was a 3-and-out the last time.
It was.
So, yep, so Crusaders, twins to the far side. Asher Zachary under center. Harmony and Klaus behind him dot the I. Or actually, that's McConaughey as fullback. Little swing pass in the flat to the far side, going to be caught by McConaughey, and he's going to be slung out of bounds near the 40. They're going to get him with a horse collar, I believe, because they kind of grabbed him pretty high there. So tack on some extra yardage as Buhler has the biggest offensive play of the night right there, Matt.
Yeah, Landon Martinez on that far side. It was that little counter trap that they like to run, moving to the right. Landon Martinez with a block that freed Asher for about another 15 yards. And you're right, Chris, it's going to be a face mask. So they're going to tack 15 more onto it. So by far, Buhler's most productive play of the night. And nice job by the two Asher to Asher.
Yes.
Just do the little things right. Simple pitch and catch, and Buhler in business here offensively.
And the great thing about that, helping to kind of get Asher Zachary's confidence going.
That's right.
One receiver near side is Landon Martinez. They'll toss, a delayed toss to Ben Klaus. Klaus breaks out of a tackle, and man, Klaus still going. Let's see, they're going to spot him near the 20-yard line, but man, it looked like Klaus maybe was going to take one there.
Yeah, I thought so. That didn't it look a little funky in the backfield? I think there may have been some confusion there. It almost ended up being like a pitch pass from Asher. I don't know if it was supposed to be a toss that way or whatever. Doesn't matter. The senior made something out of nothing. Nice play by Ben Klaus, just refusing to go down.
Biggest run of the night for Buhler. 6-yard carry brings up 2nd and 4. 1:27 left to go in the first. Klaus will get it on the right-hand side as he will churn his way forward, cross the 20-yard line, cross the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Buhler down near the 11.
Did you see that trap block by John? It was so good as he pulled around from that left side quick guard. Pop the hole, and then you could see Ben run right in there behind his backside. First down, and Buhler's offense with a little bit of traction, and everybody kind of takes a breath. Now, you got to be disciplined. No penalties, no turnovers.
Trips to the far side for Buhler. Klaus, the lone back in the backfield with Zachary. Zachary is going to dump it off underneath, and I tell you what effort by Jacob Miller as he refused to go down. And I tell you what, Jacob's a guy that going from stationary to motion, he's a guy you don't want to try to tackle.
Yeah, and you look at Jacob and you think for a big guy he's not going to be that fast, but he really is. The ability to keep those legs churning, and now both Ben and Jacob refusing to go down. A little bit of senior leadership saying, boys, we're not done yet. Let's get to work.
2nd and 2 for Buhler. 24 seconds left to go here in quarter one. One receiver here to the near side is Martinez. Double tight eye for the Crusaders. Handoff goes to Klaus, and he's going to maybe be hit for a little bit of a loss. as they're going to spot the ball back near the 7-yard line. So this is going to bring up a 3rd and 3, and that's probably going to be the final play of the quarter, and it will be. So your score at the end of 1, Wamego 14, Buhler nothing, but the Crusaders on the move. You're listening to Crusader Football on 95.9 HKFM.
From their beginnings in 1989, Wifco Steel Products has grown to be the premier supplier of storage tank hardware in the U.S. and Canada, and they're still growing. Apply today at wifcosp.com. Wifco Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
At Mid-Kansas Credit Union, we live by our motto, grounded in the past, growing for the future. We are a full-service credit union with offices in Mound Ridge and Buhler. Mid-Kansas Credit Union would like to wish all the athletes the best of luck as they compete this season.
The Hutch Medicine Shop stocks a full line of products from Hyatt Labs, headquartered in the heart of America, Sterling, Kansas. Hyatt uses botanical sources from their countries of origin that have been used for hundreds of years. Athia Plus is their original product. The Medicine Shop also carries Arum Flex for inflammation, Arum Focus for mental acuity, and Arumasil for cold sores. Swing by the Medicine Shop and learn more about the Hyatt Labs line.
HKFM.
Welcome back up to Wamego for a regional championship. Quarter 1 in the books. Wamego leading 14-0, but Buhler knocking on the door, Matt, as they have a 3rd and 3 here to begin the second quarter.
Yeah, 3rd and 3, and it has really been done kind of doing standard Buhler stuff, nothing fancy. Just trying to run ahead, smash mouth, and a little bit of counteraction.
Double tight eye, one receiver out to the far side is Martinez. It's going to be an option play, pitch, Klaus around the edge, and it's Klaus to the house. Touchdown, Buhler. First touchdown of the evening for the Crusaders, and they answer the bell after being stymied on their first possession of the night.
Interesting to me, Chris, they've not run a ton of option. That is just not, that has been a thing that Buhler has done historically. But this year they have not run very much option. That's a couple of option plays, one coming this way that we weren't really sure if it was option or a busted play. One going that way. Obviously they've seen something that they like, and what a great job. And I'll take my chances with Ben racing to the corner.
No doubt. PAT on the way, up and good for Wells, and the Crusaders have cut the lead to 1 touchdown. It's 14-7. Wamego with the lead. We'll be back in a minute on HKFM.
Hi, this is Lucas Sawyer, Market President with Community National Bank and Trust. Community National is a Kansas-based bank focused on our customers and growing the communities we call home. With over $2 billion in assets, 40 locations, CNB&T has the resources and technology to make your banking even more convenient than before. Stop by one of our banking centers in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson today, or check out mybankcnb.com. Member FDIC, Community National Bank and Trust, your community bank.
At Blue Stem Communities, they believe in living well at every stage of life. With trusted locations in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson, they're proud to offer vibrant senior living options from independent living to assisted care and skilled nursing. Each community is grounded in compassion, connection, and a commitment to nonprofit mission. Come and see what living well can be at Blue Stem Communities. Live well with Blue Stem Communities in McPherson, Heston, North Newton, and Hutchinson.
HKFM.
Welcome back for a regional championship. Buhler cutting the lead to 1 score as the squib kick from Wells will bounce around, fielded near the 22-yard line. Picking it on the run is Israel Cameron, sophomore from Wamego. And both teams, Matt, have had good field positions on their kickoffs collectively tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Wamego's kicked it deep. Buhler's had good returns. Buhler does not kick it deep. Kind of goes with that squib, which just, I think you're basically just saying, hey, we'll give you the ball at the 35, but we're not giving you any more.
So let's see if the Black Knights can make something happen. Wamego has scored on their first 2 possessions. Trips to the near side, 1 receiver to the far. Fulton out of the gun, delayed snap count again as they have gone lots of hard counts tonight. Buhler with 4 down defensive linemen. Fulton, quick slot pass near side to Erickson. Erickson's going to fight his way forward, eventually be brought down by Gleason. And kind of broke his way out about 3 or 4 guys' tackles, kind of activating the Wamego faithful in front of us.
Yeah, and that part of the reason that happened is that they had to move Dillon over to the far side to give coverage to Falco, over the top, so you had man on man on man on the 3 on this side. I don't know that that's a sustainable they're going to have to adjust the way that they're covering that, I'm afraid.
Trips right this time. One receiver here to the near side. Fulton out of the gun. 11:20 left to go here in quarter 2. Ball is on the near side hash. Fulton again, a quick swing pass far side to Erickson, who breaks out of 1 tackle. Asher McConaughey will corral him, but not after he crosses the 50.
Yeah, Dylan got there, but was having to cover so much ground. It's really hard to, you know how you teach little kids to stop and buzz your feet, and that breakdown, it's kind of hard to do that when you're coming from 15 yards off the ball. Dylan did a good job getting there, able to slow him down enough, but again, still second and short, not the spot that Buhler's defense wants to be in.
So second and about 3, 10:40 left to go here, second quarter. Trips to the wide side of the field, the near side. Fulton out of the gun. Claps, now gives a long bomb near side, and somehow the intended target, Falco, got dropped in coverage, and he was as open as a bank at noon there. Touchdown, Wamego.
Yeah, there was nobody within 15 yards of him.
Just a miscommunication here on the near side, and so Wamego is a PAT away from being back up 14.
Give Fulton credit. He recognized it immediately. We've gone at lengths to talk about how well he's thrown the ball. That one didn't have to be thrown well. They are spreading Buhler out so much that there's a break in that zone coverage. They're going to have to figure that out.
Snap is down. PAT banks off the right upright. No good. So Buhler catches a break there with 10:24 left to go second quarter. It's Wamego 20, Buhler 7. Back in a minute on HKFM.
Hello fans, Monty Cross with HCU Investment and Insurance Services, and as an alumni of Buhler, I am proud to sponsor Crusader Sports. HCU Investment and Insurance Services is located inside Heartland Credit Union at 23rd and Severance in Hutchison. Call me today at 620-669-0177 or 800-428-8472. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Insurance products offered through LPL Financial or its licensed affiliates.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away at B and Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
HKFM.
Welcome back up to Wamego. Chris Shank, Matt Atherton, Jaden Yingling, our camera operator tonight. And Wamego, 3 possessions, 3 scores, Matt.
Yeah, not just 3 scores, 3 touchdowns as they have marched right down the field. They've really done it on the arm of Logan Fulton. And Buhler is going to have to figure out something in the secondary.
It's going to be fielded inside the 5-yard line by Jacob Miller. He gets across the 20, breaks out of 1 tackle, continuing on his feet. He's got some open space across the 30 goes Miller.
Wow.
And Big Jake is going to get it clear out past the 35-yard line, and much to the ire of some of the Red Raider faithful.
Yeah. I think these guys think it must be easy to tackle that guy.
Yeah, they have not seen Jacob Miller for 4 years being a tank.
That's hilarious. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've found often that yelling at kids to tackle is really helpful.
Yes, yes. 10:13 left to go, quarter 2. Let's see if Buhler can answer. We scored on our last possession. We'll put a man in motion. It's Jax Pratt. We'll move over to the tight end's position here on the near side. They'll give a little fullback trap action as Max Harmony just will worm his way out across the 40 up to the 41-yard line.
And that is Buhler football, that inside give. Picks up 6 on first down, and this is where Coach Warner does his best work. 1st and 5, 1st and 4, or second and 5, 2nd and 4. All of a sudden, there's a whole lot of options. Asher Zachary checks out of the game, so they're going to go Wildcat here on this play.
9:40 clock rolling here. As Jacob Miller will be in the Wildcats. It'll be twins to either side. Klaus is the lone back in the backfield with Jacob Miller. Under 9.5. Miller will catch the shotgun snap, and on the jet sweep near side, they'll have it spelled out well as Landon Martinez is going to be bopped for a big loss. It's going to be back behind the 35-yard line, all the way back to about the 33.
Yeah, and that play was busted. That snap came way earlier than it should have come. Jacob picked his leg up to put Landon in motion, and then the snap came. Some sort of miscommunication there between Jacob and Colby McCartney. And again, those are those plays. It's not a penalty, but it has the same effect as a penalty. Now instead of 2nd and 4, you're 3rd and 12. And this is a tough down and distance for Buhler.
Asher Zachary out of the gun, will step up in the pocket to have some green space. He's going to tuck the football down and be run out of bounds as he crosses the 40-yard line. Going to be bopped out of bounds near the 42-yard line. Going to be short of the first down marker by about 3 yards, so it'll bring up a 4th down for Buhler.
Would you? I don't think they're going to. Would you be even remotely inclined in this moment, you think?
Well, the tough thing is we have yet to stop Wamego on offense, and so it's one of those things that Buhler will line up to punt here. I totally understand, though, here because, you know, you give the ball to Wamego in a short field, it's really kind of a recipe for disaster.
In all of our years of doing it, it looks like they're loaded up to come for the block. In all of our years of doing this, I don't think I've ever seen Buhler run a fake punt.
You got me trying to think. Now a timeout is going to be called. We will take one as well. 8:35 left to go here in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds on HKFM.
Today's technology and yesterday's values. Your Central Prairie Co-op team. Helping maximize crops and growing that livestock. Your partner in production, count on CPC. With full service and convenience, locations close to you, where full value's always guaranteed. You get today's technology and yesterday's values. Call your Central Prairie Co-op team.
HKFM.
Welcome back to Wamego, 8:35 fourth, and they're going to say, what about 4 yards, as they don't give us the most beneficial spot, but Miller will be back. Snap is good. Punt, kind of a low punt, but it's going to roll the Buhler way. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds. Or, man, Matt, that thing would have gobbled up some real estate.
Yeah, no doubt, but you can tell they're trying to kick it to the boundary. They do not want to give Wamego a chance to return it. So, but again, at the 33-yard line, 32-yard line, let's call it that, still decent field position. Buhler has yet to push Wamego back deep into their own end.
And one thing that looms large in this game, in every single matchup between Buhler and Wamego in the last 2 years, whoever won the turnover battle won the game. No turnovers for either squad so far tonight. Trips to the near side. Fulton, another long count here, as they'll begin their 4th possession of the night. Wamego has scored on every possession. That's a quarterback draw this time. Fulton will fight his way forward. And the tough thing about those quarterback draws, Matt, they are so quick. Wamego does not waste any time once the ball is snapped.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacob Miller in on that tackle. His helmet popped off in the process, so he's going to have to check out of the game for a play. Looks like Bryson McCurdy will come in and take his spot at safety.
So clock will continue rolling here. 8:20 left to go here. Quarter number 2. Wamego 20, Buhler 7. It's the second matchup of these two teams. Wamego defeated Buhler in the regular season 27-14 back on the 3rd of October. Shotgun snap, Fulton 3-step drop. Will fire a rifle shot downfield. This one kind of a skinny post route. And it is caught by one of his main targets tonight. That is McDivitt, as he continues to have a big night.
It was right under Landon, but that wasn't terrible coverage. Landon was right on him as he caught the ball. It's just that Fulton is doing such a good job of throwing the ball to spots. It's really hard to defend that.
Yeah, he was super efficient in the regular season matchup. He went 13 of 15 for 205 and 3 touchdowns back week 6 against us. Twins to either side, man in motion is Erickson. It's going to be a jet sweep here to the near side. Erickson is going to get submarined after about a 1-yard pickup. Good job by Jacob Miller making a tackle in space.
Absolutely. So Bryson checked back out, Jacob right back in, and immediately right back in the middle of the play. Tried that same jet sweep action that Buhler tried, but you could see the timing on that made sense. I'd love to hear what the conversation was on the sideline after that last jet sweep. Obviously, things were not sequenced properly.
Trips to the far side, one receiver to the near side. 4 down linemen for Buhler. Fulton out of the gun. Another hard count, trying to draw Buhler offside. So far, they've only drawn us off once this evening with their delayed snaps. Play clock is inside of 5 seconds, down to 3. Fulton will launch one near side. Oh, shoot.
Oh, man.
Nearly picked by Garrett Gleason. And I guess I've been around football long enough that as soon as you see a potential pick, you instantly look. If
there
Gleason,
was nobody in front of him.
If Gleason catches that is 6, Matt.
Yeah, and Buhler brought the house, forced Fulton to throw before he wanted to, and Fulton took a decent pop on that. So going to be 3rd and long. Good spot to do it, and Gleason wants that one back so bad it hit him right in the breadbasket. I think he was flabbergasted it was there. On a day where Fulton is throwing the ball so well, you don't expect a throw to be that off.
One receiver split out to either side, 3 in the backfield, alone back with Fulton. Another long, hard count, and Weston Moody's going to burn a timeout. We will go ahead and keep it here. We haven't taken a look at the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update at all, and so we're going to do that. Here it is 20-7, Wamego with the lead over Buhler. Some of the other games going on around the Ad Astra Sports Network. In the second quarter over in Kicks Country 106.1, Phillipsburg is leading the Haven Wildcats 21-7. In a matchup between an NCKL team and an ABCTL team down in central Kansas, Andale leading Clay Center right now 22-0 with 6:04 left to go in the second.
Yeah, I pity anybody that's got to go into Andale at this time of the year.
Well, and I will go and say
or any time of the year.
One of the teams I've told some of the Andale people that could be a potential speed bump, if you will, or trouble for them, Rock Creek in 3A. I'm really good friends with the head coach at Rock Creek. Went to college with him, an old college buddy. I saw him at church on Sunday. I talked to him about Andale. He just looked like he'd seen a ghost when I said the words Andale. So, and that's one of the teams I thought maybe could give him a game. So who knows?
Those guys are so good.
They are tough.
They have built a program.
They are tough. Other scores, Rock Creek leading Heston right now 7-6, and Central Christian blowing out Logan Palco 40-0. That thing's barely into the second. Big down here, 3rd and about 8. Fulton takes the shotgun snack, play action pass, and they're going to get to Fulton, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss. Ball comes out late, but they blew the whistle.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I mean, Fulton was in trouble as there was Crusaders, Black Knights all around him.
Yeah, Lane Burkhart, Asher McConaughey, Jackson Rumbaugh, Noah Hay. I mean, they just crashed the pocket. They crashed the pocket, and Fulton had nowhere to go. And you could almost, from our location, you could almost see him trying to process, what am I going to do here? How do I get out of this? But he couldn't even get out wide enough to throw it away somewhere, and so it takes a huge loss.
Good play. And now high snap. It's going to be fielded out. Good job that time by the punter, Kyler Ritchie, for Wamego fielding that. And Jacob Miller will field it and fight his way out to the 15-yard line. But here's a big development, Matt. Up until that last series, Wamego had scored every single possession. The Black Knights found something that time, nearly forced a turnover, and then got the big sack on Fulton. So let's see if Coach Coles can keep that mo.
Yeah, I'd actually made a note to myself to talk about it when they were having the long snap, and we haven't had it very much. But I watched their long snaps happen before the game. They were not good ever, and we saw it right there again. If that's the kind of thing in what should be a close game as this thing draws down that could become problematic for Wamego later in the game.
Triple nickels on the board, 5:55 left to go here in the second. Martinez in motion, little miscommunication. Ball comes out, flag out as well.
It's going to be a snap infraction, isn't it?
And unfortunately, when you have a man in motion, it's going to be a false start on Buhler.
That is 2 times they've tried to run jet sweep, and both times it has been busted seriously with timing problems. One time they tried to run it with Jacob and Wildcat out of the gun, that time under center, and neither time the timing was even close to correct.
So after the penalty, that'll move the ball back just barely inside the 10-yard line. So Buhler's got 90 yards to go as they work to the west here, working left to right. 20-7, Wamego with the lead. Buhler with the football, trying to cut this back to a 1-score game. High snap. Zachary fields it, fakes the handoff to Klaus, but then is swallowed up as he gets back to the initial line of scrimmage. But
Asher did a nice job just to rein in that snap.
Yes.
The snap was not well executed. There have been a number of times this year where Asher's 6'4" frame has been tremendously helpful. That one of them.
So clock rolling, 5:25, second quarter, still 20-7. They'll bring up a 2nd and 15 for the Crusaders. Twin receivers to either side. The lone back in the backfield with Zachary is Klaus. Pass thrown here on the near side. Martinez will catch it. Be about a 5-yard pickup, so it'll bring up a little bit more manageable. At least we gained some yards, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. Going to be interesting to see. Do they trust Asher this deep on that side of the field to throw a deep ball here? You're going to have to do something. Obviously they want to get him out in space to make that throw. Although I think his best throws are when he just throws fade patterns. Can they get one here?
Trips left, one receiver to the near side. Zachary catches a shotgun snap, pass out near side. It's going to be cut for the first down. And Garrett Gleason, that is Ethan White.
That's right.
With his big first catch of the night. Eli White, talking about older brother
No
there.
kidding.
Ethan's going to get a kick out of that. But Eli White with the big catch as the senior delivers, and Buhler gets the first down.
Boy, what a fantastic route. About 12 and a half, 13 yards out route. And Asher put that perfect location. Really away from the defender, towards the barrier. No chance for the defender to make a play. We've not seen that play. That's one we've not seen all year long. Really good throw and catch.
It's good to see White in there. That's his 2nd catch of the season, we believe. 1st and 10 for Buhler. Toss play to the left. Klaus gets to the edge, has some space. He's going to have the first down and then some, as Ben Klaus really had a head of steam going over there on the far sideline. As Buhler has some momentum, it'll be 1st and 10 for Buhler, ball at the 44-yard line.
Boy, that first down he seemed to settle everybody, didn't it? Then they come right back with the toss, which again, they don't run toss a lot. But to get Ben out in space, love that look. Really wouldn't hate if they ran it back the next play this way and just try to keep him out in space. See if a linebacker doesn't make a mistake.
Twins to the near side, 4:23 left to go, second quarter. I formation in the interior. Play action pass. Pass downfield is going to be completed to Martinez, and Martinez doing what he does. You talked about him scoring last year up here at Wamego, making guys miss, and Martinez gets across the 50 and then some, as he's going to be spotted near the 40.
Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. He is so good, uniquely good at that. There's just not many guys that can do that, and Buhler has 2 of them in Landon and Jacob. 2 different types of guys, different body types, but both able to do things and make guys miss.
So we go under 4 minutes, 20-7. Wamego with the lead. Twins to the far side. I formation. It is Harmony and Klaus behind Zachary. Zachary will hand off Klaus, and there's a big old hole in Klaus. Pad level low and just keeps the shoulders square, and he has an 8-yard pickup on first down.
Oh man, I'm telling you, Ben just put his shoulder pads down, ran behind them, and ran through dudes. Picked up a huge, and again, 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. That's where Coach Warner's really, really good. Last time they tried the jet sweep in this spot, it didn't work. Let's see what they go to now.
Twins to the far side, I formation. Zachary under center. They'll hand off to Harmony, who will try to fight to the outside. Kind of the interior holes were kind of filled. He tried to bounce outside, and it was an errant decision, as he's going to have a big loss there, probably about a 4-yard loss there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that inside trap was blown up, and it left Max with nowhere to go. Be curious to see. Buhler's gone to it a couple of times. Would you get crazy with a option here? What are you doing here?
They could. Twins to either side. Klaus, the lone back in the backfield with Zachary. High snap. Zachary fields it. Pass downfield, caught by Martinez. He's going to be spotted so close to the first down. I like the spot on the far side.
They're going to give it to us.
Move those sticks. First down, Buhler.
It's fun being over here on the Wamego side.
Well, and Matt, you go to enough different communities covering different high school sports. This is always a crowd that you know how they feel.
Yeah.
You know how they feel.
Yeah. Normally I'm on the opposite sideline. It's really quiet over there. This is a little different experience.
Trips to the far side. Zachary out of the gun. He'll take his shotgun snap, step back a little bit, scan downfield, fire underneath.
What a
it's
throw.
Caught. Martinez has some space, and Landon will cross Buhler into the red zone. First down, Buhler.
There's just not been enough times this year. I think Asher would tell you the same thing, where he has gone through progressions. We saw him. That was his third read. He went out to the flat. He went to the up the side on the far side, and then coming back across the middle. His feet weren't happy. That was excellent football.
Trips left. Zachary rolling to his left. Will lob it down near the goal line, overthrown a little bit. Miller was the intended target, but the good thing is that pass was thrown where if Miller doesn't catch it, nobody else is going to catch it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind that at all. There's no reason to be unnecessarily risky with the ball right now. You're in scoring position, and really what you'd like to do is you'd like to score and burn off 2 minutes in the process of doing it. Now you'll take a score any way you can get it.
No doubt. Buhler most definitely in 4-down territory. They can get a first down without scoring here. 1:49 left to go second quarter. One receiver to the near side is Gleason. To the far side is 2 receivers. Klaus the lone back. Be a handoff, actually a play action pass.
Oh, he got it.
It's Jacob Miller, touchdown.
My gosh.
Jacob Miller doing his best Travis Kelce impression there as they faked to Klaus on the play action.
T-seam.
Wow.
What a throw, just right, lofted right over the top. Jacob went out one hand, reeled it in. That was real nice. That may have been the play of the year right there. What a phenomenal throw and catch. Again, Asher put it where only one guy could get it. It had to be high. Jacob went up and got it, and you could see the Buhler coaches next door celebrating.
No doubt. We'll make that our Schmidt Electric spark of the game, and the PAT, unfortunately for Buhler, is going to be blocked. It was Fletcher Westfall out there, PAT blocked. But Wamego missed a PAT earlier, so it is a 7-point game. Your score, 1:43 left to go in the second. Wamego 20, Buhler 13. Back in a minute on HKFM.
Looking for memory care that feels like home? Pleasant View Home offers private rooms, 24-hour specialized care, and monitored doorways for safety so you can have peace of mind. Our memory care neighborhood includes a secure outdoor courtyard and its very own activity director to keep residents active, engaged, and fulfilled. This is care that puts the resident first, with compassion, comfort, and respect. Pleasant View Home in Inman.
Got hail damage? Let Hutch Auto Body take it from here. Hutch Auto Body makes it easy with expert paintless dent repair, backed by a lifetime warranty. Locally owned, community focused, and committed to giving you first-class service from start to finish. When storms roll through, count on the shop that's here long after they're gone. Hutch Auto Body in downtown Hutchinson, where quality, service, and community come first.
HKFM.
Welcome back to Wamego. Squib kick again for Buhler is going to be fielded down inside the 15, and I tell you what, Falco had some trouble fielding it, and that gave Buhler's pursuit the ability to get downfield. And nice job running him out of bounds here on the near side was Bryson McCurdy. Good to see the sophomore sticking his nose in there and helping to get a special teams tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. Wasn't able to pick it up clean. He ran a country mile on that play for about 5 yards, and I think Buhler will take that.
So now we talked about it when we were at the break there, Matt. A minute 43. The good news, Wamego only has one timeout remaining, but with how well they've thrown the football tonight, a minute 43, actually now a minute 36, they still got 96 seconds. The Black Knights have got a hold here to try to get to the break. Buhler will get the football to open the third quarter. Fulton out of the gun, one running back behind him. It's going to be a quarterback draw here on the near side, and he's going to fight his way forward, and he'll work his way up to the 24-yard line. Clock continues to bleed here, and Buhler taking some time getting off the pile.
Yeah, Buhler very happy with that play call.
Yes,
Keep him in the middle of the field, keep the clock burning, just keep it running down. They're taking their pretty good amount of time. I'm kind of surprised to see him not go faster.
Minute 8 left to go here, first quarter. One receiver either side. Fulton puts a man in motion. That is Falco. It's going to be a jet sweep far side, block in the back, not called. Falco's going to be run out of bounds. Great job on the far side. I believe that was Skripczyk that really helped to corral him out of bounds. Clock does not stop. They're going to say he was in bounds, so that's a blessing for Buhler. 45 seconds left now. They're going to burn their final timeout, or they're going to say he was out of bounds. Let's see. The official on the far side was the one signaling the clock to stop. As it sits right now, the clock reads 43 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
I think they're going to say he got out of bounds here.
So they're probably going to put some time on the clock. We'll see what the White Hat has to say here. They're going to come over and have a little discussion with head coach Weston Moody. Yep, they're going to put some time back on.
Looks like they're still not sure. Wamego's ready to go. This White Hat is nowhere close to being in the right position. 43 seconds on the clock. They're not really putting much back on it.
I thought I heard him say 48. Yep, it'll be 48 seconds even. So they get 5 ticks back. It's Twins to the near side. 20-13 our score. Wamego with the lead. Buhler will get the ball to open the third quarter. Fulton out of the gun. He's going to keep it another run. He's going to break out of the initial tackle, and he's going to have the first down as he gets a yard beyond the line to gain. Ball will be spotted at the 32.
Boy, had Buhler gotten the stop there, you wonder if Buhler doesn't burn a timeout to see.
Yes, make a decision there.
You know they're going to take a shot at some point. Clock's still running.
Yep. So under 30 to play here. Wamego really taking some time. Fulton takes a shotgun snap, looks near side, and it's going to be underthrown. The incompletion will stop the clock. Intended target was Falco.
Gleason was in great leverage position right there, and really no chance for Falco to get outside of him or do any damage. And again, a little surprised to not see him air it out.
Yeah.
That's a comeback route. That's not trying to beat someone. They had been so good throwing over the top.
19.9 left to go here, second quarter.
Kind of got to figure it's coming, don't you?
Yep, 2nd and 10, Twins here to the near side. Falco will hand off to Threet, and he'll fight his way forward. That's Lane Burkhart making the tackle. Been around Buhler football too long. I'm digging up these old names.
Right.
8 seconds. So that's going to be the final play of the half. So I tell you what, Matt, they always talk about the middle 8 minutes of the game.
Yes.
Buhler scored on our side of the middle 8, and we're going to get the ball to open the third. I like our positioning right now.
Yeah, a game that looked like it was going in the wrong direction, and the Black Knights stiffened up a little bit, and the offense got it going.
So halftime underway. Wamego 20, Buhler 13, as we're going to begin the Community National Bank and Trust halftime report. Again, Wamego 20, Buhler 13. As we'll kick off halftime, you're listening to 4A Regional Playoff Football on HKFM.
Stay tuned for the Community National Bank and Trust halftime report. Coming up, tonight's Crusaders Spotlight and our Dix Phillips 66 first half fill-up. Buhler Crusader football on HKFM.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit MidwayMotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
Mennonite Friendship Communities, you're at the heart of all we do.
One of the things I love most about working at Mennonite Friendship Communities is the sense of community we have here. In a supportive environment where you feel valued and cared for, please contact me, Susan Nisley, at Mennonite Friendship.
and care plan. Families trust Healthy Blue for doctor visits and prescriptions. New and expecting moms trust Healthy Blue for pregnancy support. And Healthy Blue provides extra benefits for your whole family. Choose the brand Kansans have trusted for more than 80 years. Visit choosehealthyblue.com/KS for more details. Trust the power of blue.
1947. It was the year the McKenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. McKenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At McKenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Welcome back up to Wamego. We're at the half here in this regional championship. Wamego leads Buhler 20-13. But I tell you what, Matt, there was a moment in that first half where Wamego was 3 for 3 scoring possession-wise, and Buhler really kind of struggled a little bit offensively, but the Crusaders kind of started finding some grooves there as that second quarter wore on.
Hey, Coach Coles doesn't really like to blitz a lot. He doesn't do it much, and usually if he does, he'll only bring one guy. Found something there, bringing the house, forced Fulton to speed up, and Logan Fulton had time to make throws. And it kind of had a chance to set his feet. Coach Cole sped him up, forced him into a couple of early throws, and then that one big sack. Buhler able to get some momentum on offense, and all of a sudden we got a football game, and it's Buhler's ball coming out of the half.
Yep, a huge thing for Buhler to open the second half with the football. One of the other things tonight, we've talked about it extensively in the pregame, no turnovers tonight, so in a tight, hard-fought game against two very evenly matched teams, the first team to turn the other one over might be the one that gets the decision tonight.
Yeah, and Buhler's going in at halftime, and you got to be feeling a little better about yourself. But how much better would you be feeling if that ball that hit Garrett Gleason right in the breadbasket? Garrett is a kid that has caught a lot of footballs through the years, really good athlete, pretty good hands, and I think he will go in and go, oh, I had it, because I think you were right. He was about between the 25 and the 30-yard line. If he's able to put that interception away, I think chances are he's off to the races for 6, or at the very least, the turnover that flips the field in Buhler's direction.
No doubt. We talked a little bit about it, but let's talk a little bit about the Schmidt Electric spark of the game, the touchdown pass from Asher Zachary to Jacob Miller there for Buhler's second score of the night.
Oh, my gosh. What a beautiful throw. The throw was high. It was a T-seam, and so they just brought him right up the middle. They were trying to give a little bit of a mesh concept, really suck the linebacker up. He went right up the middle, did Jacob, and Asher threw it up high, and Jacob went up one-handed, reeled it in. Oh, it was just a thing of beauty.
Yep, and you talked about that fake, the fake to Klaus. Klaus is one of those guys, he demands so much respect as a linebacker. You got to worry about where Ben Klaus is at. Asher sold the fake well, and what a great throw and great catch by Jacob Miller. That's our Schmidt Electric spark of the game for all your electrical needs. Schmidt Electric got spark, so that was exciting stuff. Statistician Henry Epp is feverishly accounting over there right across the wall from us, but we're going to take a look at the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update while we wait on Andrew to get us some stats. Taking a look first at the games elsewhere on the Ad Astra Sports Network, we're just going to go down the line over on our sister stations on Kansas Rocks 100.3, clear up on US 81. Brad Hallier was talking about my games in Nebraska. Well, almost. He's at Belleville. Trinity Catholic leading Republic County with 8:10 left to go in the first quarter. So Trinity Catholic trying to advance on beyond the regional round tonight. A Buhler, or a note of the opponent of this. Okay, so I'm going to ask you. Okay, so Augusta Mulvane, we have a score. What's your thoughts on that game? Because the winner of this game will take on the winner of that game.
I think Mulvane is the better team that we saw. However, Augusta has found something after we beat them middle of the year, and we haven't seen them since then.
And that leads in perfect. The score update from Lucky Kid. Early first quarter, Augusta with an early 7-0 win or lead on Mulvane. And, of course, just to not count chickens before they're hatched, but if Buhler is able to win this game and Augusta wins, the Crusaders get to go back home. If Mulvane wins, then whoever wins this game has to go to Mulvegas next week. Other scores from our neck of the woods, out west, Pawnee Heights had to make the long trek clear out to the furthest northwest county in the state, Cheyenne County. They are leading Shiloh out at Bird City 38-6 at half in 6-man football. We were talking about Rock Creek earlier. They were down against Heston. They've now since jumped in front of the Swathers 14-13. Rock Creek leading Heston at the half. In Southeast Kansas, Farmington Valley leading Frankfort in the late second, 38-22. Andale shutting out Clay Center, 38-0. We said in the other NCKL ABCTL matchup. And Central Christian, you talked about them earlier. They 45 Logan Palco, 56-0. That game shuts down at the half.
Again, the job that Coach Barnett has done over there is nothing short of extraordinary. They are just rolling teams up.
So it'll be interesting to see who Central Christian has next week. And Little River at the end of one, leading Linden 8-6 in 8-man action. And for the KU fans at home, KU is leading North Carolina at the half, 37-29. And a little bit of a note, in the history of those two programs, from every bit of research I looked up, this is the first time that KU has ever played a game in Chapel Hill.
Really?
I will double check it, but I'm almost positive this is the first time. You think about, because most of the times when they play each other, it's a neutral site situation. So, but that's what I had seen. It's the first time they've ever been in Chapel Hill, and they lead them at the half, 37-29. And last score we have out of Phillipsburg in northwest Kansas, they're up 2 scores on Haven, 21-7. So we'll continue to see if we have any other scores. Andrew's coming over here with the updated stats. Now the updated score, 2 updated scores. Augusta's now 14-0 over Mulvane with 8:34 to go in the first. And Phillipsburg at the half leading Haven 27-10. We've got our statistician, Andrew Epp, my favorite Husker. I don't know if favorite and Husker ever go in the same words. My vocabulary,
come on, let's go.
But anyway, no. So anyway, well, Andrew, we will take a look at these numbers. This is our halftime Phillip of the game, brought to you by Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66.
Passing is the story of the first half, and both quarterbacks very efficient. Logan Fulton for Wamego, 11 for 14 for 168, 2 touchdowns. Asher Zachary, 9 for 10, 103, and a touchdown. No picks in the game so far. Total yards, Buhler 145 on 24 plays. Wamego 223. Both teams had 9 first downs. Buhler ended up 3 for 5 on 3rd down, and Wamego 2 for 3. Nobody attempted a 4th down, and no turnovers, as we said. Penalties, Buhler 3 for 25. Wamego 2 for 25. So your score 20-13, Wamego. Both teams missed an extra point as well. Ben Klaus for Buhler on the ground, 7 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown. He's 2 yards short of his total from last game against Wamego when he had 12 rushes for 34 yards. And then for Wamego, Logan Fulton, 8 carries for 22 yards and a touchdown. He had 24 for 82 and a touchdown last meeting. And Wamego has 16 rushes for 55 yards total on the ground. As we mentioned before, Asher Zachary, 9 for 10 for 103. Favorite receiver, Lena Martinez, so far 4 for 46. Jacob Miller added 2 receptions, including a 12-yard one-handed touchdown catch. He has 20 yards receiving. Asher McConaughey has a catch for 21 yards. Eli White and Ben Klaus both caught a pass as well. That's 5 different receivers for Asher Zachary so far. Logan Fulton, 11 for 14, 168, 2 touchdowns. His leading receiver, number 6, Reed McDuffett, had 5 catches for 60 yards, but his leading yardage receiver, number 1, Dominique Falco, 4 catches for 91 and 2 touchdowns defensively for the Crusaders. Max Harmony, 5 tackles, leads the way. Jacob has 4 tackles as well. Jackson Rumbaugh had 3 tackles. One of them was a sack. Dylan Skripsick, Garrett Gleason, Lane Burkhart, Asher McConaughey, and Lena Martinez all had 3 tackles. Garrett had a pass breakup that would have been a pick 6 had he hung on to it. And then for the kick returns today, Jacob has 1 for 32, and Garrett Gleason has 2 returns for 32 yards as well. See if we can break one here in the second half. 20-13, Wamego is your halftime score, but Buhler starts with the ball second half.
Well, I tell you what, Andrew, the two stats that really stand out to me, the efficiency of the quarterbacks tonight. 9 of 10 for Asher Zachary. Fantastic. 90% completion. Wamego's quarterback, Logan Fulton, having a very efficient night as well. The other statistic, Buhler having 5 receivers, which when Matt comes back, we're going to talk about that read progression because you talked about that earlier, and that's showing up in the amount of receivers that have caught balls tonight.
You're not even supposed to be able to pass the ball in this cold November days, but we had a close to 70 degrees earlier in the day, and it was probably about 65 at kickoff, and the wind really isn't a factor here either, no precipitation, so maybe they'll see him air it out a little more in the second half.
Yep, an exciting half of football coming your way. We'll be back in a minute for third quarter action. You're listening to Buhler Football on HKFM.
More of the Community National Bank and Trust Halftime Report is next. Community National Bank and Trust. Small enough to know you, big enough to serve you. Your home for Crusader football is HKFM.
Running a business is tough, but protecting it doesn't have to be. At DJ Kaufman Agency, we offer comprehensive business insurance that keeps your hard work safe. Whether you're a small startup or a growing enterprise, we've got the right coverage for you. From liability and property insurance to workers' comp and business interruption, our policies are tailored to fit your needs and your budget. Contact us today, 620-669-0410, or stop by our office in Hutchinson at 17 East 30th Avenue. DJ Kaufman Insurance is a member of the Trusted Choice Independent agencies.
At Prairie Star Health Center, we're here for you and your family, providing comprehensive healthcare services under one roof. Whether you need medical, dental, vision, mental health, women's health, or pediatric care, we've got you covered. Our dedicated team offers compassionate care to everyone, insured or uninsured. We understand healthcare can be overwhelming, which is why we strive to make your visit comfortable and stress-free. Visit Prairie Star Health Center today. Learn more about how we can help at prairiestarhealth.org.
Scooter's Candy Cane Forest Hot Chocolate is like mocha and peppermint ice skating hand in hand. Try one today. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scooter's Coffee in Hutchinson, McPherson, Salina, and Abilene.
Taking your motorcycle out this...
Crusader football on HKFM.
Welcome back up to Wamego as the opening kickoff of the second half, fielded by Jacob Miller, and he'll bring the ball out to around the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Crusaders, 11:53 left to go in the third.
Yeah, it really is so important for Buhler to, even if you don't score, to flip the field and get into rhythm, continue to give your defense a little bit of a breather.
One receiver here to the near side. It's going to be an option play. Klaus gets the edge and almost breaks it for a big one, but a nice tackle in space made by one of the Wamego defenders.
Yeah, Jacob DeRucci, and that was a really nice play because if he doesn't make that, Ben is off to the races. That's going to be a big gainer. Again, though, we've not seen Buhler use a bunch of option. They're being more aggressive with that option play than we've seen them the last number of weeks.
2nd and 10 for Buhler. Ball near the 25-yard line. In opening possession of this third quarter. Winner advances to sectionals next week. Toss play, left-hand side. Klaus gets to the edge. He's to the 40, to the 50. He's got one man to beat. He sits him down on the ground, and Klaus continues on his feet. 10-5 touchdown. Klaus to the house. And most importantly, no flags, and we are in a tie ball game, PAT pending for the Crusaders.
What a dip in, dip out over there at that other end. It was, I think it may have been Falco who was chasing him down and had the angle, and Ben stopped and then started again, and that hesitation, little hezzy, really froze Falco. He fell down, Ben off to the races.
75-yard touchdown run for Ben Klaus there, as we are a PAT away from this thing being knotted up. PAT up and looks to be good. It is. Crusaders have tied it on a 75-yard touchdown run by Ben Klaus.
And suddenly, it's so quiet on the Wamego side.
Yes, sir. Crusaders scoring in those middle 8 minutes. It is 20-all, 11:01 left to go in the third. Back after this minute timeout on HKFM.
I'm Hadley.
I'm Bailey.
I'm Morgan.
And I'm Carly.
And we're juniors from Haven High School's Rise Up Reno.
Today we have an important message to share with the parents and community members of Reno County.
We know the responsibility of keeping young kids safe can be overwhelming, but together everyone can help raise awareness for drug and suicide prevention.
Getting involved with local events like Pumpkinaries and Red Ribbon Week hosted by Rise Up Reno helps promote a healthy, drug-free lifestyle.
Your involvement matters and is a step toward a better, safer community. To learn more, visit riseupreno.org.
Rise Up Reno!
Have you been thinking about remodeling your home? Hi, I'm Karen at Stang Plumbing and Design. I would like to invite you to come into our showroom at 2415 North Main Street. We will take the time to build relationships and trust as we have done for over 60 years. At Stang Plumbing and Design, we truly get to know a customer's needs and wants. Stang Plumbing and Design. For us, it's not just a remodel, it's a relationship.
HKFM.
Wells' kick is fielded near the 20-yard line, and about a 9-yard return there for Wamego. And you talked about it, Matt. The north bleachers here at Wamego silent after that big run by Klaus.
Yeah, and boy, Ben came through, and it was a thing of beauty watching him run and watching a field clean of laundry. You kind of start getting nervous on a play like that because the last thing you want is for that to come back. Everybody did their jobs, and 0-0 ball game.
See if the Black Knights can answer. Trips to the near side. Fulton out of the gun. We know Wamego can score as they were efficient. Their first 3 possessions they scored. They have not scored since then. Bullet down the field. Drew Erickson wide open. Gets behind a couple defenders. Running him down from behind is Garrett Gleason. And that time, Erickson out of the slot, just a go route up the field, and Fulton with the catch and the throw downfield.
Yeah, that one, I hate to say it, was Jacob Miller got stuck looking into the backfield, and that's why there's a timeout on the field.
Yeah, there's one of the chain guys down. I mean, there is one of the sticks is down. And, yeah, it is one of the guys on the chain gang.
But that mesh concept slows everybody down. Jacob got caught looking into the backfield right as the receiver ran right by him. Nice job of Garrett to chase him down. But that's the thing. You must stay disciplined. And it's hard because they want to go spread so much. And Jacob is so important to Buhler in run support. But if Jacob on a team that plays spread as much as Wamego does, Jacob's tackles are all going to come 15 yards downfield. They're not typically going to come up near the line of scrimmage. He's going to have to be really, really disciplined because you know that you're in single coverage on the other side of the field with Falco.
Get the gentleman that had trouble on the far sideline up, so it is 1st and 10 for Wamego. The ball spotted at the 32-yard line. Again, Wamego trying to retake the lead after Buhler has been on a run. 2 receivers to either side. Erickson in motion. He's the man that just had the big catch on the last play. Fulton now in an empty backfield after Erickson goes in and out. Near side swing pass to Erickson, and he's going to be dropped after a couple-yard pickoff. Flags come out, and I think Buhler might get hit with a late hit.
I couldn't tell who it was. Did you?
Well, Miller went on the tackle.
Yeah,
he wrapped him up low, and so it wouldn't have been Miller because it was a very clean play. Jacob, one of the captains, and they're talking with the officials.
I think it must have been Lane as Lane's checking off.
So it will be a late hit personal foul, so that will tack some yardage onto that 6-yard completion to Erickson. So this will put Wamego into the red zone in this tie game 20-all.
Boy, that is a really
tough penalty for Buhler.
That's a kick in the gut. Those free ones like that, the play is over. You're not creating any forward momentum or there's no momentum swing to be had there. Jacob had already made the tackle.
So Fulton out of the gun, twin receivers either side. Fulton catches, swing pass near side to Erickson, goes through his hands. Max Harmony was there to kind of break things up. And that incompletion will stop the clock with 10:03 left to go here in the third.
Boy, but yet again, they're getting the ball in and out of Fulton's hands so fast.
It's one of those things that really negates that pass rush that Buhler has.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard. He's not even really climbing, or he's not even gaining depth in the pocket. He's just catching it and getting rid of it quick.
Ball is spotted at the 14-yard line. The line to gain is down inside the 5. 20 all our score. 2nd and 10. Twins either side. Fulton, shotgun snap, slant, far side. It's going to be caught. It's going to be really close to the first down. Nice job in covers that time by Landon Martinez as he tackles him immediately. But quick slants, Matt, you know they are tough to defend.
Tough to defend, especially when you're super spread out. Really, you'd like to be able to have a linebacker in underneath that, but you just can't cover that much space. Sideline to sideline.
Bring up a 3rd and 1. Clock will be around 9:30 to go here in the third on the snap. Twins to either side. Fulton alone back. Will audible at the line of scrimmage, and I think Coach Moody's going to call a timeout. We will take a 30-second timeout. 20 all your score. Back in 30 on HKFM.
Going.
Papa, I can't hit the ball over the fence yet.
Well, Easton, that fence is 300 feet away, and you're only 4 years old.
Papa, how long before we can hit the ball over the fence?
Boys, it's not always about home runs. It's about teamwork and always getting better. Ray Riffing's been around for 83 years, and we still believe in teamwork and working hard.
So, Papa, it's going to take 83 more years until we're good?
No, Brogan. You'll be good long before that.
Riff the right way, the Ray way.
HKFM.
Chris Shank, Matt Atherton, Jaden Yingling on the press box top, bringing you the video footage. 20 all our score for a regional championship game here on the Healthy Blue Kansas Road to a Championship presented by Thrive Allen County. Big third down on the way here, Matt. It's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, boy, if you can, you'd love to get a stop. I do wonder, so deep in there, in that side of the field, hard to imagine them kicking. I think they probably go for it. You're going to have 2 stops here. We've seen Buhler do it before.
And be ready for the hard count. Wamego got Buhler to jump earlier. They've gone with lots of hard counts this evening.
Surely after the timeout, they talked about it.
Twins to the far side, 1 receiver to the near. It's just going to be a quarterback draw. Fulton tries to leap forward. He's going to be brought down behind the line. They're going to mark him short. So the Black Knight wall up front stiffens up and keeps Fulton away. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. And like you said, I think Moody is in 4-down territory.
Absolutely.
Clock will be under 9 minutes at the snap. 20 all our score.
Do you just put it in Fulton's hands again?
Well, here's the interesting thing. Wamego never goes under center. And this is one of those deals where, call me old school, but they are going to go out of the gun here, 4th and 1. Receiver in the backfield is Threet. Man in motion is McDivitt. It's going to be a keep by Fulton, and he's going to easily get the first down and take it down near the 3-yard line. They'll stop the clock to get the chains off. It'll be 1st and goal for Wamego at about the 2.5-yard line.
Yeah, and again, it was that mesh concept on the jet sweep. You have to stop to make sure the ball's not going to the boundary, and that gives that offensive line time to get a push.
They'll actually spot the ball at the 3-yard line, so it's 1st and goal from the 3. Twin receivers here to the near side. Threet, the back in the backfield in the hip pocket of Logan Fulton. They'll motion a couple guys near side. They'll just put it in Fulton's hands, and he's going to fight his way and score here as Wamego retakes the lead here with 8:11 remaining in the third quarter. 26-20 Wamego.
Now, of course, they may have scored either way, but you look back and you go, the extra 15 yards just did not help. And that's the thing we talked about before the game. You can't have penalties. You can't help a good team. Now, Buhler's got to go back and answer.
No doubt. Answering is what this game is going to be all about. So Falco will line up for the PAT. They had trouble with the snaps on the punts, but that snap is up. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. And it is Wamego 27, Buhler 20. Back in a minute on HKFM.
Let the party begin where the pizza never ends. hands, come fuel up, raise up a cup, gather up your grub at the Hub.
Hey, it's Sammy from the Hub Brick Oven and Brewery, inviting y'all to join us in Mound Ridge. The station, Coffee and Bakery, is open at 7:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday for all your coffee, bakery, and ice cream fixes. Don't forget to try one of our delicious appetizers. Our brick oven is fired up from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Come get your grub at the Hub.
When it comes to quality athletic equipment, First Team Sports is a name you can trust. First Team has been manufacturing superior sports products since 1996. From dunk-proof basketball hoops and soccer goals to volleyball, pickleball, and tennis systems, First Team manufactures it all, even bleachers and stadium seats. Visit firstteaminc.com or stop by the showroom at 902 Corey Road in Hutchinson. First Team Sports, manufacturing superior athletic equipment.
HKFM.
Welcome back to Wamego on the Healthy Blue of Kansas Road to a Championship, presented by Thrive, Allen County. Chris Shank, Matt Atherton, Jaden Yingling up top. Andrew Epp on the stats. Long kick there by Falco is going to be driven clear inside the 5, but Martinez is the one fielding it, and he is going to be just blown up right around the 19-yard line. So not fantastic field position here for the Crusaders to start their second drive of the second half.
Yeah, no, Buhler has been pretty fortunate tonight to be in decent shape. That was really good kick coverage by Wamego, so Buhler's going to have a whole field to drive. Now, we know they can do it. Last time they did it on one play, so I think we'd certainly take another big one again.
1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Ball just behind the 20-yard line. Zachary under center. Hands off to McConaughey, running fullback that go around, as Asher McConaughey will fight his way forward for about a 3-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, that's okay. 3-4 yards a carry on first down is good. If you can get into 3rd and 5 or less, that's where you want to be. So that's just fine, and it's a drive starter. Just get positive yardage, get everybody in rhythm, and now you're ready to go.
A long, sustained scoring drive would be just what the doctor ordered for the Crusaders here. 7.5 left. Man in motion is Martinez. They'll give it to him on the jet sweep. Tries to get to the edge. He breaks out of the first tackle. Martinez is going to have a First National Bank first down and then some, as he's drove out of bounds near about the 33-yard line. Like the old adage goes, you keep going to the well, you're eventually going to hit water. They've been trying to get Martinez going on the jet sweeps, and that time has his biggest gainer of the night.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who it was. It was either Garrett Gleason or it was Eli White with a good block on the edge over there that was able to get Landon free for that first down. I know they want to get Landon the ball in space, and so you got to keep doing it. If nothing else, just like for Wamego, that mesh concept slows down the defenders.
High formation, toss play near side to Klaus.
What a block. Oh!
Rats, he camped out right behind his fullback that time, Asher McConaughey, but just the turf monster got him, or that one would have been a bigger one.
Yeah, I think it may have been Asher's foot as he was blocking this linebacker this side. Asher did such a good job kicking that block out. Ben tried to cut up right behind him, and I think just clipped his foot. But again, even at that, it wasn't as much as you want. It's a 5-yard run. You can live with that.
On schedule, 2nd and 5, 6:50 left to go in the third. 27-20, Wamego with the lead, Buhler with the football. And now a flag will come out. Or no, timeout taken by Wamego. And Matt, I'm going to tell you what, Wamego now has one timeout remaining, and we're not even to the fourth quarter. So we will take a timeout as well, just a 30-second timeout. Wamego 27, Buhler 20, back in 30 seconds on HKFM.
Pools Plus proudly services pools and spas all over the state of Kansas. Family owned and operated right here in downtown Hutchinson, Pools Plus is the one-stop shop for all of your swimming pool, spa, and grilling needs. And now offering outdoor furniture, creating family fun for 30 years. Pools Plus, 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
Outdoor living doesn't start until you call us at Pools Plus.
HKFM.
Welcome back to Wamego. 6:44 remaining in the third quarter. Wamego with the lead, but Buhler with the football. This drive started down at the 19-yard line. 2nd and 5 now for the Crusaders. One receiver split out to the far side, I believe, is Martinez. Zachary out of the gun will give to Klaus. Klaus bounces out of one tackle, fights forward. He's going to fight his way up to the 40-yard line, so it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 2 here for the Crusaders.
That's really good inside running by Ben. Followed his block. It wasn't there initially. In fact, bounced off, kept his feet, moved left, found a little crease, able to get in. Now, interesting, do you run behind those big guys up front? Do you try to get out wide? They've had good success running to the boundary, but what is normally Buhler football is straight ahead running.
No doubt they'll go 2 receivers to the far side. It's Miller and Martinez. In the eye is Zachary. They're going to give to Klaus. Klaus has the First National Bank first down as he gets up to about the 45-yard line. First National Bank, we're first for you as this drive continues. Remember, Buhler had that monster drive in the 3rd quarter last year against Wamego. Coach Warner seeing if he can replicate it here tonight.
Absolutely. I love that last play. They put Landon and Jacob both split out to the left. I think it pulled defenders that way, made it a little easier for Ben to find a crease.
1st and 10 Crusaders, ball at the 45-yard line, clock rolling, 5:35 left to go, 3rd quarter. Zachary out of the gun will fake to Klaus, rolling to his left. Good block on the edge, thrown out there by, let's see, that was Jackson Rumbaugh helping to spring Zachary for the run, about a, let's say, 4 3-yard pickup?
Yeah, and they had Jack Spratt out in the route, and so when they do that, they'll sometimes bring Jackson in to put him on that end, and again, good job, positive momentum, 2nd and 6, we'll call it, so on schedule.
Clock will stop as Zachary goes out of bounds. It'll be twins to the near side. The super back is McConaughey. Out of the gun, they'll fake to Klaus, play action. Zachary pass underneath to McConaughey, and McConaughey will pick up some yardage. Good tackle in space there for Wamego. That was made by Mason Itch, or it would have been even a bigger gainer there for McConaughey.
Yeah, that was a really nice tackle. Got his feet, just couldn't get out of it. Going to be, again, 3rd and, about a 2 yards to just a tick under 2 yards maybe. So 3rd and 2. And again, but you're on down and distance, you're on schedule. There's all kinds of things you can do out of this spot.
Wamego side starting to make some noise here on this big 3rd down play. We're south of 5 minutes here in this 3rd quarter. One receiver to the far side is Martinez. He's got single coverage over there. Under center, Zachary going to give to Klaus, and Klaus is going to get run into by a couple players. It's going to be about a 1-yard loss. This will set up a 4th and 3 now for the Crusaders as we go under 4.5 minutes in the 3rd quarter, and the punt team will come on for Buhler.
I think that's probably the right call here. What do you think?
Yeah, there's still a lot of football left to play, and one of the things, the field position game, Matt, hasn't, Wamego has yet to have to operate in the shadow of the goal line, so we'll see if the Crusaders can pin them deep here. Got senior punter out there. McConaughey actually punting. Breaking out of one tackle is Kohlmeyer.
It's a block in the back that's coming back, I do believe.
Let's see. He'll fight his way, Kohlmeyer, out to the 31-yard line. I believe you that there's the flag out there. I'm still trying to find it.
Yeah, it came down on this near sideline. I think their officials are talking. It sure looks like it's going to back Wamego up.
We'll wait for the official from the white hat. On Wamego, didn't catch the initial signal of the penalty.
Yeah, I didn't see him give a signal. That's kind of odd.
So the good news is they keep moving it back. The ball's going to be
15 yards.
Yeah, going to be back near the 16-yard line. So Wamego's got a long ways to go here. Remember, neither side has turned it over this evening. We're due maybe for one here.
I wonder if he fair caught it and then took off with it maybe.
That could be the call. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far. Lone back is Fulton. Fulton with the hard count. Buhler with the 4 D linemen, all in a 3-point stance. Fulton's going to keep it on another draw play. He's going to be corralled actually fights his way forward. Noah Hayes was there early, but he was able to fight out of Hayes' tackle for about a 2-yard pickup.
But again, Noah went low, was able to slow him down long enough for the linebackers to get there. Great job by Noah shooting the gap.
And if you remember from the Week 6 game against these guys, Wamego just thrashed us on those quarterback draw plays and Fulton on those interior runs. So if they can hold them to just a couple yard gains, that's an improvement. 3:20 left to go here, third quarter, still 27-20. Twins to either side. Fulton in the empty backfield. Takes the shotgun snap, hurls one near side, caught underneath, and Garrett Gleason plays it like a champ there as he just drops Falco here on the near side. Great job of tackling in space there by Gleason.
Boy, it may have been Jack Spratt. Jack's coming from that defensive end spot. Almost got a hand on that pass. So, tipped it away.
So about a 4-yard pickup, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 here. Wamego not in 4-down territory, so a monster down here. Let's see if the Black Knights can force a 3 and out. Be ready for the hard count as well. One back in the backfield is Threet, along with Fulton. Fulton directing some traffic. It's going to be a quarterback draw, and he'll batter his way forward, and unfortunately he's going to have enough for the first down. The line to gain was right around the 27-yard line. He's going to get out to the 28, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Wamego.
It's a pretty good job of just getting behind his pads. Buhler really is going to have to get a play here that causes negative yardage for Wamego. Put him in a 2nd or 3rd and long.
So 1st and 10 Wamego, 2:19 left to go, third quarter. They lead by 7. Fulton, another hard count. Twins to either side. The sniffer back is to the right. Shotgun snap, another draw. Fulton is the king of that. He will take the snap and fight his way forward. He's going to fight out to the 35-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd and about 3 for the Red Raiders.
It's part of what they're doing from a scheme perspective because they spread the floor so far, or spread the field so much. It pulls those safeties way back out of the box. They have to be back to guard receivers, which means that you don't have the safety help to come up in run defense.
Trips to the far side. That's the wide side of the field. Buhler will walk a linebacker up, then back him out. Fulton, longer play, going to be rolling to his right. He's under some pressure. He'll hurl one back across the field, and was that caught?
Asher McConaughey came up with it. I think it hit the turf.
But a great play there made by Dylan Skripsik. Very athletic play. He went upstairs to try to bat it down. McConaughey was around it. It'll be an incomplete pass. So now a 3rd and 3.
Boy, good pressure on that. It was Noah Hayes who was chasing. It was chasing Fulton and was just right with him step for step. He had to get rid of the ball.
So big 3rd down here. Clock stops on the incompletion with 1:17 left to go in the 3rd. Twins to either side, an ace formation, if you will. Fulton out of the gun. Quick release, far side slant. It's going to be caught enough for the first down. It's hauled in by McDiffett, and he will be tackled right around the 41-yard line. They'll move the sticks. Actually, they'll give him forward progress, clear up to about the 44-yard line. Clock starts on the signal to play, so we'll be under a minute when this ball is snapped here in the 3rd quarter. Wamego leading 27-20. Far side hash. Twins to either side. Logan Fulton continues to have a very efficient night under the helm. This pass in the far flat caught by Drew Erickson. He's having a nice night tonight for Wamego. He's kind of their Wes Welker, if you will, their little slot guy that's shifty and always dangerous.
And they move him all over the place. I do wonder if there's a point at which they're going to keep getting that single coverage and going to that slant on the outside. There may be a point that you have to bring Landon and Garrett up and jam those guys off of the line just to give your defensive line chance to get home. Playing that soft coverage, that's an easy pitch and catch for Fulton and any one of this stable of receivers.
12 seconds left as Wamego hustles the line. We'll see if they get a playoff here, or we might be done here in the 3rd. They will get the final playoff of the 3rd. Fulton's going to take a long shot downfield. Erickson somehow got wide open
and dropped it.
And drops the football. we will be thankful. And a flag out. It might be a roughing the passer. Let's see. Or is it a hold? Let's see. The third quarter, if it's a defense, oh, shoot. Roughing the passer is going to go against Buhler. It'll be an automatic first down for Wamego as they had it 2nd and 5. So a march off the penalty yardage, and I believe
quarter.
It'll be quarter. So we'll take it to the break. Wamego 27, Buhler 20. Back for the fourth quarter after this 30-second timeout on HKFM.
Cupcakes, cookies, cake, oh my. Holly here with Holly Sweet Treats. Come down to my shop at 205 South Main in Hutchinson for sweet treats and fun last-minute gifts. We also offer daily lunch specials, sandwiches, salads, and fresh baked bread. Call us at 888-YUM.
Ready to make a move? Plaza Astor Realty is here to help whether buying or selling your home. With 24 professional agents, you'll be in good hands. Contact Plaza Astor Realty today, locally owned and brokered for over 40 years. We specialize in sold.
HKFM.
Welcome back. 3 quarters are in the books here in Wamego as the Red Raiders currently lead the Buhler Crusaders 27-20. 12 minutes on the clock as we will begin the fourth quarter soon, Matt. And the Black Knights need to make something happen here as Wamego has just been chipping their way down the field.
Yeah, there have been a number of times Buhler didn't pay the ultimate price on it that last time because of the incomplete pass. But where defensive backs are looking into the backfield while they let receivers run by them, and they can't do that. They can't give that kind of vertical spacing. You have to keep everything underneath. Black Knights starting to really get to Fulton, going to have to really keep him contained and hit him a time or two here in the fourth quarter.
Ball is at the 36-yard line. It's 1st and 10 as Fulton will go on another quarterback draw up the gut. He's going to be corralled after a couple-yard pickup. Max Harmony making the stop, but not after Fulton picks up about 3 or 4 yards.
And Max blitzed around the end and fed him right into Asher McConaughey, the two of those guys partnering on the tackle. So they take him down, gain of 3. Got to get pressure on him here. You want to put them in 3rd and long.
11.5 left to go. Final quarter of regulation. Twins to either side. Fulton with the hard count. Will walk back closer to the line. Make an audible call here as Buhler is moving their linebackers up. 3 down linemen currently up there for Coach Cole's Black Knight defense. Quick out here near side. It's going to be caught on the near side by McDiffit for about a 3 or 4 yard pickup. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 here for Wamego.
They really use that quick. It's not a screen, but it really kind of acts like it. That's that quick out as just an extension of their running game. They're not trying to take that to the house, but every time they do that, they suck you up close, you play up close, and then they try to take you over the top.
Kind of almost a West Coast offense.
It really is,
concept, yes, where you're just trying to use the short passing game as a run game.
Absolutely.
11-10 left to go, 3rd and 2 here. Wamego working. They go the deep ball here, far side, and oh, shoot.
How is that a penalty?
They're going to hit Garrett Gleason with a pass interference call as he was in one-on-one coverage on the far side with Falco. Gleason had inside leverage, made a play at the ball with his hand, but they're probably going to say his hand, it was down. They're going to hit him for the pass interference. Let's see.
Is there any chance they call this offensive? Because they're backing up. It
Hallelujah.
is offensive.
Hallelujah. Well, Gleason had perfect leverage.
I thought so too. I was flabbergasted when they threw the penalty. I
was going to say the only way they could have got Gleason is if they said, well, he held with his hand that was down. But
he had inside position, yes, and was making a play on the ball the whole way. He looked like a receiver going up to get it.
Well, I can tell you, from being around high school football a long time, to get OPI called, you got to be – yeah. They got to do. They don't just call OPI for nothing in high school football.
Absolutely.
So that will move Wamego back. This is going to set up a 3rd and a country mile for them. They've got to get down to about the 26-yard line. The ball is spotted at the 43. So 3rd and 17 here for Wamego.
Get off the field.
Can't let him out of jail here. Trips to the far side. Long pass near side. It's going to be caught.
Oh, no.
McDiffit. And McDiffett has the first down. They went trips to the far side, kind of got single coverage almost here on the near side. McDiffett on almost a post route catches it and picks up the first down. Tough break for Buhler there.
Yeah, this will give you an idea of how capable that their receivers are. They're going against Landon Martinez man on man. There's just not very many teams that will do that.
Can do that, yes, sir. Twins to either side. Fulton out of the gun. Now another audible at the line of scrimmage. 10:39, clock rolling here, fourth quarter. Still 27-20, Wamego with the lead. They are at the doorstep of the red zone with the ball just shy of the 20. Fulton's going to keep it on a quarterback draw. He's going to be brought down by the D-line. Now a late flag. Somebody must have said something with how high that went.
I saw a Red Raider go hands to helmet immediately, like, oh no, what are we doing?
Yeah, because there wasn't somebody flying into the pile late.
No.
And you can typically tell a personal foul. Officials like to throw the flag really high. So let's see.
Buhler did not react.
Personal foul on Buhler.
Boy, Coach Warner just looks so frustrated. That should be a half the distance penalty.
Yeah, so it will march the ball inside the 10-yard line. It'll set first and goal now for the Red Raiders of Wamego. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Clock running. It'll be around 10 minutes left to go in regulation at the snap. Twins to the far side. Fulton out of the gun. Threet, the lone back in the backfield with him. I'll hand off to Threet. Threet will weave his way around the left side off tackle. Will plow his way down inside the 5. They'll spot him at the 4. It'll bring up a second and goal from the 4 for Wamego.
They really haven't run Threet very much in the second half, but that was a pretty good run. A little inside give, almost like a zone read where he just took off to the left, and then as soon as he found the cutback lane, cut against the grain.
So second and goal from the 4 for Wamego. 9:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still one-score game for a little bit longer. They'll do a shift before the snap. Fulton will take it to the left, fall behind Threet, who is his lead blocker. He'll pick up a couple. They'll bring up a third and goal now from the 2. Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Final from Andale. Indians 51, Clay Center 6. So Andale continues to march on. Another a halftime score from Central Kansas. Hayes at the half at Gowan Stadium leading the Salt Hawks 13-0. Okay, so we have third and goal here, Matt, from the 3-yard line. The Crusaders need to make something magic happen to keep this a one-score game.
Absolutely. Big stop, big turnover. Gonna have to be really tough in the middle of that line.
Fulton will take the shotgun snap, throw near side. Pass is incomplete. Went off the hands of McDiffett, and this is going to bring up a fourth and goal now for Wamego.
There's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the ground.
Let's see which way this flag goes. I see a hold on the far side, so fantastic news for Buhler, because I'm assuming the Crusaders will take the yards just to give themselves a little bit more space. Actually, Buhler's going to decline it, so Coach Warner will decline it to bring up the fourth down. Let's see what Coach Weston Moody does, if he kicks or if he goes here. They're having a little discussion here. Drew Erickson, the shifty slot back, will check in. McDiffett, who's been one of their workhorse receivers, will come in as well. 8:34 remaining. Big fourth down play here. Let's see if the Black Knights can turn them away. One receiver split out to the near, twins to the far. Fulton is the lone back in the backfield. Another audible as Fulton will walk up to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to bang out their last timeout.
Wow.
So now Wamego is out of timeouts with 8:34 remaining. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back for this fourth down play. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my. Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even have your birthday party at the Hutchinson Zoo. The zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking us out at hutchinsonzoo.org. And follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
HKFM.
Welcome back to Wamego on the Healthy Blue Kansas Road to a Championship presented by Thrive Allen County. Wamego 27, Buhler 20, 8:34 remaining. Wamego is out of timeouts. It is now 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. And Matt, this might be the biggest play of the game.
Absolutely. If Buhler can figure out a way to get a stop. Now, of course, that doesn't – you get the stop, you still are in the shadow of your own goalpost. That said, you'll take it. You'll take it with a chance on with your offense on the field. You got to be stout in the middle, some sort of mesh where they run up. I can't imagine they would throw it here to the boundary, but they've been a little unpredictable tonight. Everybody's just got to be disciplined, and you can't get caught if you're on the edge looking into the backfield. You must stay with your guy.
Be ready for a hard count. One back is 3 with Fulton. Fulton will take the shotgun snap, barrel forward, and I don't think let's see. It's all about if in the second effort got across, they will signal the touchdown. It looked like initially Fulton maybe got stopped before he crossed the line, but late whistle does not come, and Fulton scores to put Wamego up by 2 scores. That makes it now 33-13.
20.
Yeah, excuse me, 33-20, excuse me. So a 13-point lead for Wamego, pending the PAT that would take it to 14. So the Black Knights take it all the way down to the 4th down. A high snap. They're going to have to go fire drill. Near side pass incomplete. So the score remains 33-20. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Wamego with a 13-point lead, 8:28 remaining. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves. Contact Tara Haslauer, agent at Tara Haslauer Agency, LLC at 2612 North Main Street in Hutchinson today, or call 620-921-3343. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
HKFM.
Welcome back to Wamego. The Red Raiders have pulled back out in front by 13, but there's still 8:28 remaining. So, Matt, I think the word for the remainder of this game for the Crusader offense, urgency.
Urgency, and for everybody over there wearing white, you got to believe you can do it. You got to believe you can do it. And sure wouldn't hurt to have a big return right here.
No doubt. So set to kick it away is Dominic Falco, the senior place kicker and receiver for Wamego. Big return would be big money for Buhler here. They'll kick it away. Ball is going to bounce. They picked up by Gleason. They'll stair step, keep fighting. Gleason wisely waited for the ball to go out of bounds potentially to get some penalty yardage there, but it took a Wamego bounce in bounds.
Yeah, checked up.
Put some spin on that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good wedge from about 120 out.
So now for Buhler, 8:23 remaining. Buhler has all 3 timeouts remaining, but Buhler has got to score 2 touchdowns to try to escape and advance to the sectional round of the 4A playoffs here.
You don't have to be recklessly quick, but you just can't be methodical either.
Trying to think of the old John Wooden saying. Be quick, but don't hurry.
That's it.
Long pass from Zachary. Downfield to Martinez. He's caught it. The defender falls down, and Landon Martinez will escort that football to the end zone for a Crusader touchdown. No flags. Buhler is right there with 1 play back within a score.
Talk about hurrying. I guess go ahead and hurry.
Yes. Hey, that just changed the calculus in this game instantly.
Boy, that throw was perfect.
Yes, Asher Buhler had not really thrown any verticals tonight. That time, if you go one-on-one with Martinez, you are playing with fire, and Wamego just got burnt.
Absolutely, just a go route up that far sideline, and boy, once Martinez is by you, you're in trouble.
So Wells on for the important PAT. He bangs it through the uprights, and the Crusaders, just like that, with 1 play, are within 6.
Wow. So fast. Like you expect them to do that on the ground, not through the air all the time, but boy, what a huge hit.
Well, and you said it, Matt. We're going to keep it here. You said you got to believe. And the neat thing is for these Crusaders, you can tell, no bit of panic, no bit of worry, just, hey, we're here to play. We want to advance.
Yeah, that's it. You got to believe all the way until the final. This game is there's still, unfortunately, there's 8 minutes and 11 seconds. There's still a lot of twists and turns left in this one.
Yes, this thing, whoever walks out of here is going to feel pretty lucky. It is quite the juggernaut battle going on right now. So
I will say this, you cannot pick up any more dumb penalties. It has hurt you. It has hurt you badly to this point in the game. And if you want to get out of here victorious, there are no more 15-yarder after the plays. There's no more talking. You must do it by tackling and then getting up and tackling again.
So kicking away for Buhler will be Nathan Wells. 11 remaining. Wamego's out of timeouts. 33-27 the score. Neither team has had a turnover this evening. Can we conjure one up here? Wells' kick will be a bouncer. Be fielded at the 25. The ball's out loose. Ball, wow, and I tell you what, the return man for Wamego kind of labored to fall on the football.
Absolutely.
That would have been, let's see, Israel Cameron having trouble fielding it. We got some
and the Wamego
future Belichick's in the audience down below.
Not putting up with that.
Yeah, 8:08 remaining, 33-27. And now this game, let's see if the Black Knight defense can get a stop here. Wamego, a dangerous offense. They have scored multiple times here in the second half. Trips to the far side. One receiver to the near side. Fulton out of the gun. Takes a shotgun snap, quick out near side. McDiffit breaks out of one tackle, but then the sure tackling here on the near side as he's driven out of bounds. See which Black Knight, that was Asher McConaughey that runs him out of bounds after about an 8-yard, 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, Landon did what he could to slow him down. Asher cleaned it up. You hate being in 2nd and 1, though. 2nd and 1 means the entire playbook is open. They can just run it for the first down. They can take a shot here. You cannot get caught. We've talked about it a lot. Looking into the backfield. If you're guarding a receiver hat on hat, you got to stay with them.
Trips to the far side. Martinez in single coverage here with McDiffit on the near side. Fulton. They'll go long to McDiffit. He's going to have the first down and be pushed out by Martinez at about the 45-yard line. So this drive has consisted of Fulton to McDiffit passes so far.
Yeah, and again, I like the fact that Landon is jamming him up on the line. I actually think that's way better than giving him that cushion and letting him throw the slant. You got a chance if you're on him. I think speed for speed, Landon can stay there. But of course, you can't get too risky with it. You still have to stay deeper than the receiver.
7:24 fourth quarter. Fulton's going to keep another QB draw as he will kind of snake his way across the midfield stripe. Get across. The ball will be spotted at the 49-yard line. Bring up a 2nd and 4 after that 6-yard carry by Fulton.
Buhler's going to have to figure out a way to bottle up that draw. That quarterback keeper is going for 4 to 5 yards every play. They're going to have to get a negative play or two to get the ball back.
Twins to either side. Fulton out of the gun. 6:50 remaining in the game. 33-27 our score. Wamego with the lead and the football. Buhler walking up some linebackers. 3 down linemen defensively. They bring the pressure this side. Caught by McDiffit. A great job by
tackle.
Martinez. Man, I thought McDiffit was going to break free. That time Coach Coles dialed up the heat. And it forced a quick throw by Fulton. Great play made in space there by Martinez.
No kidding. What a great job. I really looked like McDivitt was going to be able to shake out of that, spin out of that. Martinez finished it off. That is such a good defensive play. Huge opportunity here for Buhler to get off the field.
Big 3rd down, 3rd and 2. They got to get to the 45. It's going to be Fulton on the keeper. Oh, he broke out of a couple tackles. He's going to have the first down and then some as he breaks over the 40-yard line. They'll spot it right at the 40. As it'll be another first down for Wamego. Clock rolling here, under 6 to play.
thought that Jackson Rumbaugh was going to have a shot. I think he may have taken a little hit from the side. Looks like he's smarting a little bit on that right leg. Something to keep an eye on.
So trips to the far side, one receiver here to the near. Fulton. The quick dealing quarterback from Wamego, who's had a great game through the air. Only 2 incompletions in the first half. Lots of ground yardage as well. He'll clap another QB draw. He breaks out of a couple tackles. This time he gets to the edge. He actually has some space. Blocked down downfield, driven out of bounds. Max Harmony will eventually run him out of bounds, but not after he gets into the red zone.
And again, they're having to pull guys back to guard the whole width of the field to guard receivers, and it's pulling that extra defender out of the box. But you kind of have to pick your poison. Either he's going to try to throw it or you're going to run it, and you just got to hope you guess right.
So the ball will be snapped around the 5-minute mark. 33-27 our score. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far. That ball is on the far hash now as Wamego works to the west. Another audible as Fulton will survey the Black Knight defense. 4:50 remaining. Play clock was down to 2 that time. Now a low pass. They're going to say he trapped it, so the incompletion will stop the clock at 4:44 remaining. The line to gain for Wamego is down to the 8-yard line, so the ball currently spotted at the 18. Just got a final out of Chapel Hill in the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. North Carolina 87, KU 74.
Battle of blue bloods.
Yes. So one receiver to the near side is McDivitt. They got a receiver out to the far side as well. 3 in the backfield, put a man in motion. They're going to hand it off. Now a pass by the wideout downfield, almost picked off by Martinez as they go to the gadget play that time.
Boy, Landon was not fooled at all. Landon was with the receiver step for step. Had that been better thrown, Landon probably picks it off.
And I'm going to tell you, at the high school level, if anybody other than the quarterback has a chance to throw the football, Matt,
they're chucking
they are
it.
throwing it come heck or high water. I have seen it so many times. It doesn't matter if the guy is triple covered, that guy's going to hurl it. So Wamego throws the incompletion.
It's your chance for immortality,
yes.
man.
So Falco was going for broke there. The incompletion stops the clock with 4:39. And if Wamego doesn't pick up some positive yardage here, they're going to have a 4th and a trouble. Trips to the near side. Falco claps, drops back, 3-step drop, hurls near side. It's going to be, nearly caught, but incomplete. I tell you what, Jacob Miller and Martinez rattling the cage there of the intended target. That was Brody Cottom, a senior receiver who has not been targeted, I believe, this evening. He drops it. So now you got 4th and 10.
Do you kick a field goal?
Let's see. I don't know. Let's try to see if we have any of the kicking stats.
And they don't have a timeout.
Yes.
So they've got 20 seconds. They're running the play in. They're keeping the offense on the field.
So be ready for the hard count if you're the Crusaders here, as they might try to get back 5 yards to make it more manageable. 4th and 10. 4:33 remaining fourth quarter. Wamego leading by 6, 33-27. Trips to the near side. Falco takes the shotgun snap. Rifles a pass downfield. It's incomplete.
Oh, yes.
Incomplete. Great job by Garrett Gleason, number 3. Forces the turnover on downs, and the Black Knight defense steps up. And there is still hope in Buhler America to try to get out of here with the win.
What a play by Garrett Gleason. That they went back to that slant again, just that in route. And boy, Garrett was right there, reached around, perfect timing, knocked it away. And of course, I immediately started scanning the field looking for something.
No flags, no flags, no flags. So 4:28 remaining.
Don't have
Buhler
to be
with
in hurry.
All 3 timeouts remaining. There is all the time in the world for the Crusaders here, but they've got to have a touchdown drive here. Play action pass. Zachary, near side. Pass completed to Martinez. He's going to get bumped out of bounds, but not after he picks up the first down. So a pitch and catch on first down for Buhler. 4:22 remaining.
Boy, this is really the thing. You have to impress on your guys. I don't care if you get hit after the play. I don't care if you get hit twice after the play. There's no retaliation. You cannot let something silly keep us from accomplishing our goal here.
4:22 remaining. 1st and 10 Crusaders. Ball at the 30-yard line. 70 yards from pay dirt is Buhler. Zachary has some time now. A flag's going to come out. Zachary gets just absolutely buried. There's going to be a hold call, unfortunately, on Buhler. And so that's going to set up a first and about 20 because the flag came out maybe a yard behind, so it might be first and 22 here as they have a little bit of a discussion. Hold on the Crusaders.
Kind of surprising after they picked up the first down not to see them go back to the running game and try to bend the ball out in space. They've had some success running wide. Actually, it's a thing that Buhler doesn't do a ton of typically, but they've had some success on that toss play, that sweep either way.
So they'll mark off the penalty yardage. That'll move the ball back to the 20. So now Buhler 80 yards from taking the lead here, or tying this game.
Now, of course, you're in 4 down
the rest of the way. You're 4 down the whole way out. Trips to the right, one receiver to the near side. Zachary out of the gun. Asher takes the shotgun snap, drops back a couple, has time, rolls to his right. Underneath route, pass intended for Karsten Seidel. Not able to hold on to it. That'll bring up a second down now, and what they got on the board? 2nd and 20 for Buhler.
Yeah, that Karsten running to the right to the far side, and Landon coming the other way. I think maybe a confusion as to where the ball was going. But this is as good as we've seen Asher throw the ball all year long.
Yes, he has had a very good game this evening. Trips to the right. One receiver to the near side is Landon Martinez. He's got single coverage here on the near side. Zachary drops back, has time. Underneath route, caught by Miller. Miller breaks out of a tackle. Jacobs going to have the first down and then some. He's still on his feet. He barrels his way across the 50, down to the 45-yard line. And Jacob Miller is just, I tell you what, when he runs the football, he is running with reckless abandonment tonight.
He's just a locomotive. I mean, just refusing to be tackled. Now, 3 minutes, just a tick under 4 minutes left in the game. Go to the run game. See if you can't pound him up a little bit here.
3:45 remaining. Miller, one of those seniors from Buhler that wants more football. He's the super back to the far side. Toss play to Klaus.
Love it.
Will get to the edge, and then some. First down for Klaus, and he's going to be driven out of bounds. They can't bring him down. He's going to be run out of bounds about the 33-yard line, 3:32 remaining, and the momentum is on the Crusaders side right now, Matt.
Now, of course, you still have to score 6. However, I want to score 6 in 3 minutes and 32 seconds. I don't want to give Wamego the ball back. Keep the ball in the middle of the field. Pound away a little bit. You're in 4th down territory, so you can burn a couple of downs running the ball in the middle.
Pro formation for Buhler. Zachary, 3-step drop. Pass near side, thrown, nearly caught by Martinez, but banged up a little bit here on the near side. The defender here on the near side, that was Sam Rogers, the corner, doing a nice job.
Really kind of a risky pass. That's one of the very few tonight that Asher didn't quite get enough on, and Landon had to come back to it. Honestly, did a pretty decent job turning himself into a defensive back there. Just, you want to make sure nobody catches it.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Buhler with the ball at the 33-yard line, 3:27. Clock stopped on that incompletion. Trips to the near side. Klaus, the lone back in the backfield with Asher Zachary. Zachary, high snap, rolling to his left. Scans downfield, fires a shot intended for Martinez. This one is broken up this time by Mason Itch, the outside linebacker. So now Buhler with a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Asher took a pretty good shot there. It's a little slow getting up. Again, we try not to be overly critical. I'm a little curious to see him throwing. You had time to burn. You can still run it. It still gets a little trickier to run it on 3rd and 10. Really would have liked to have seen him put it on the ground in 1st and 2nd down.
Twins to the near side. One receiver split out to the far. Zachary out of the gun will take the snap, bobble a little bit. Fires a pass downfield, caught by Jacob Miller.
Boy, that's a good place to go.
Seniors make senior plays, and Jacob Miller makes it much more manageable here. A 4th and 1 now for the Crusaders. Clock will be south of 3 minutes on the snap of this football. So a big 4th down conversion here for Buhler.
What's your 4th and 1 play here, Chris?
I love quarterback sneaks, but that's just me. Let's see what Coach Warner has dialed up for the boys in maroon and white. Asher under center. I formation. The super back is Miller. They'll toss it to Klaus. Let's see if Ben, he gets stalled out. Ben, though, he fights outside, and he is going to be driven out of bounds, unfortunately. Not able to get the first down. He tried to find an interior seam, but was not able to find the hole, and so Wamego will take over on downs. But
2 minutes and 30 seconds,
and
and you have
all three timeouts remaining.
That's
so
right.
Yes. 2:36 remaining. The ball will be spotted right near the 27-yard line. Wamego not out of the woods yet. The Black Knights gonna have to force a 3-and-out here.
I see you, 55!
2:36 remaining. The season hangs in the balance for both of these squads. Ball at the the 27-yard line.
Boy, this has been an absolute slugfest here in Wamego tonight.
Yes. The winner of this game has the opportunity to go deeper than tonight. Shotgun snap. They're going to keep it in Fulton's hands. He's going to run to the outside to the left. He's going to get swallowed up. Maybe a loss of one. Coach Warner walking over to the official. He bangs the timeout quick with 2:28 remaining. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard updates. A couple halftime scores. Trinity Catholic leading Republic County at the half 28-0. Augusta leading Mulvane at the half 14-7. And let's see. Trying to just get scores from our neck of the woods. End of 3. Phillipsburg running away from Haven now 52-16 at the half. Inman leading Mound Ridge 14-0. So Matt, second down. Buhler got the stop on first down. Now they've just got to get 2 more stops.
Now it's always a weird thing, right? So if you're Wamego, if you run it and you don't pick up yardage, Buhler will obviously stop the clock, but they'll have to burn a timeout to do it. If you throw it and it's incomplete, it stops the clock and it saves Buhler timeout. So if you're Wamego, you've got to make the decision. How do you want to approach this? If you throw incomplete passes, you help Buhler out by giving them access to those timeouts if they get the ball back on offense. I would imagine they'll keep it on the ground.
We'll see. Trips to the near side. Ball on the far hash. Fulton taking some time again. They'll audible. 4-down lineman for Buhler defensively. They'll drop him. 3-step drop. Flag out at the snap. Flag comes out, but it's in the backfield.
There's 2 flags out on either side of the field. One near side, one far side, both on the sideline.
And with where those were thrown, I think it's going to be probably a false start.
Or encroachment. It's hard to tell.
Because it was right at the snap of the football. False start, Wamego.
So even if the fans were wanting a penalty in the backfield, wouldn't have mattered anyways, because the false start really negates the play. They're going to decline it, though.
Yep, so it'll bring up a 3rd down. Because Buhler wants to, we're going to decline it so that way force them to 3rd down, because that helps you with the timeouts. Because if Wamego throws an incompletion here, doesn't get the first down, Buhler can get the ball back here with time to burn. And now another flag, and I think
they got him. Another false start again?
Hallelujah. A false start on Wamego. This time Buhler will take the 5 yards.
Boy, if you're Buhler, you just cannot give these yards back by jumping right now.
Cannot let him out of jail here. You are setting things up perfectly to try to get another possession here. Down 6 with 2:24 remaining, 2 timeouts remaining. Ball is spotted now at the 22-yard line. The line to gain for Wamego is just beyond the 37-yard line. Fulton out of the gun.
Get there. Got to get there.
Back. Fires a pass down the middle of the field. It's broken
what
up.
A play by Jacob Miller. Are you kidding me?
Jacob Miller breaks up a pass that was intended to Drew Erickson, who has really given Buhler fits tonight. And if he would have caught that, that might have been 6. Big number 9 comes up with a big stop. The clock stops on the incompletion. So now Buhler is going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts remaining and probably in some good field position to boot.
Again, this goes back to what we were talking about. Do you run and make Buhler burn the timeouts, which I would do?
Timeouts are the most valuable thing in this half right now, and Buhler is going to get the ball back with 2 in their pocket. And Martinez, high snap.
Man.
They barely get it away. Good kick coverage for Wamego as Martinez is not going to have an opportunity to return it. The ball will trickle its way down to the 30-yard line. They're trying to brush it.
Go.
I like the egging on there by the Wamego kick team. But anyway, here's to reset things. 2:07 remaining. Buhler's got the ball. The ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line. Buhler has 2 timeouts remaining, and a touchdown in PAT wins it for the Crusaders. Can Buhler get out of Wamego 2 years in a row in the playoffs, ending Wamego's season?
I really hope so because this is too much fun.
This has been one heck of a ball game. Seniors for both squads. It's going to be their last high school football game for one of these 2 teams. 2:07 remaining. 2-minute drill for Buhler. 2 timeouts remaining. Trips to the near side. Low snap. Asher Zachary's going to have to fall on the football. The bad news, too, the clock runs here, so Buhler's going to have to reset things quick. Ben Klaus urging his guys to get resets. 1:53 remaining. Got to wait till everybody's set. Trips to the near side. Asher Zachary rolling to his left. Has time to throw. Pass intended here on the near side for Eli White.
And there's a flag.
And with where that flag is at, it's probably, unfortunately, going to be a hold on the Crusaders.
Yep. Now you may be inclined, if you're Wamego, to decline this.
I honestly feel like if you're Wamego, yards are the most important thing, even over downs here. So they will accept the penalty. It'll push Buhler back. Unfortunately, Buhler had the ball to begin with at the 37-yard line. Now the ball clear back near the 17, 16-yard line for Buhler. The line to gain is clear out at the 47. So it is 2nd and 21 for Buhler, 1:43 remaining. Trips to the near side. Klaus, the lone back. Zachary takes the shotgun snap. Has time to throw. Underneath pass intended for Martinez, broken up. So now Buhler with 2 final bullets in the gun here to try to get the first down with 1:38 left.
Yeah, and you don't have to get it all, but you'd really like to figure out some way to get a playmaker the ball in space. Jacob has been the most consistent guy at racking up yak yards today. If you could give him a chance with the ball in a little bit of space, sure like your chances of getting a chunk of this back.
Martinez had the big reception earlier too. Firing the pass downfield, it's incomplete. Asher Zachary unfortunately underthrows the intended target on the far side, and now you're faced with a 4th down and a long ways to go with 1:35 left.
Yeah, I mean, basically you're looking at a Hail Mary unless you've got some sort of hook and ladder, some sort of kind of weird thing. If you had one that you've been working on since the beginning of practice, this is probably the time to use it.
The Wamego crowd on their feet, making some noise. Big 4th down here, 4th and 28. And
Good.
Coach Warner's going to burn a timeout. Wise call for Coach Warner as the season rests on this play right here. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back for your big 4th down. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
Hi, this is Jasmine Hurlbut with the Marketing Department at First National Bank. At the First, Thanksgiving is more than just a holiday. It's a time to express our sincere gratitude to our valued customers. Let's give back to our communities together. For every new deposit account opened this month, the First will make a donation to a local food bank of your choice. Stop in at any of our Hutchinson, Goddard, Haven, or Andell locations today. First National Bank, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
HKFM.
Welcome back to Buhler. Buhler in desperate need of a First National Bank first down here. They've got to get the ball out to the 47-yard line. The ball rests currently at the 17. It's 4th and 31. 1:35 remaining. Buhler down 6, but the first down is what is the most important thing right here. Twins to either side. Klaus, the lone back. Zachary takes the shotgun snap. Has time to throw. Rifles one downfield. It's going to be unfortunately overthrown and picked off. Garushi with the pick. He's working down the far sideline. It'll go out of bounds over on Buhler's sideline. And unfortunately, that interception doesn't quite seal it, but makes it pretty dang tough right now.
Absolutely. Buhler can still stop the clock.
And the old adage, if somebody's out of timeouts, you can go to taking the knee at the minute 34, minute 40 mark, but with that timeout, it's going to force Wamego to run a play here. So the ball is sitting at the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Wamego. Minute 23 left. It's 33-27. Just got a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Rock Creek ends Heston's season 17-13. That game just going final. So Buhler still with 1 timeout remaining. Can still stop the clock. They're going to go to an E. Buhler can bang the timeout, though. Let's see. Coach Warner will bang it. The clock's still running. They're going to have to put some time back on that clock, as Coach Warner called it instantaneous to the knee going down. See how much time they put on the clock here. Minute 16 remaining. 33-27 our score. We'll take a look at some of the other Buhler Dental Care scoreboard updates. Axtell continues their run, and down an 8-man, they 45 Rural Vista 46-0. Hoisington up on the Hillsboro Trojans at the half, 24-0 out at Hoisington. And Matt, I guess right now for Buhler, we're going to have something miraculous happen for the Crusaders to try to get the ball back.
I mean, we've all seen it, right? Bad snap. Again, they still don't ever take a snap under center, right? So every time you take a snap, you're just hoping that something happens and Buhler's able to capitalize. We've all seen it happen before. You know it can happen. And again, I think this is that spot. If you're on the sideline, you got to believe. You got to believe there's a way. You have to pay attention to what's going on around you.
They put a couple ticks back on the clock, a minute 20 on the clock.
Good snap.
Like you said, Wamego never goes under center, so these are shotgun snaps. So you could always pray for an errant snap. Take the snap. They'll move backwards on these shotgun snaps, so it'll bring up a 3rd, and let's see. The ball is right around the 47-yard line. And Buhler should get the, well, let's see, the play clock is at 30 seconds. 25 seconds, so it's going to be pretty close, but I don't know if Buhler's going to get the ball back here, Matt.
What they should do is snap it and run around
backwards,
a little bit.
Yes, kind of do what McPherson did to end the game against Buhler back in the regular season. 43 seconds remaining, clock continuing to bleed. There's 6 seconds on the play clock. Wamego running it down, they'll snap it. 35 seconds. They restart the play clock. And I don't think that Buhler is going to get a crack at it, unfortunately. So the Wamego Red Raiders will get the victory in this hard-fought regional championship tonight over Buhler, 33-27, as they will line the kids up. And the sad thing, we talked about it earlier, Matt, for both teams, for all those seniors, you knew that one team's seniors were going to be playing in their final football game tonight. It's always one of those things with how much these kids work. It's a year-round, multi-year commitment. A lot of these guys have been playing tackle football since 2nd grade. So heartbreaking to have your season end. The tough thing in high school football, only one team in the state in every class ends with the victory, and that's the state champion. But hats off to Wamego as they win this hard-fought football game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They came out to such a hot start, and really I think it was largely what they did in the first quarter that allowed them to win the football game. Their offense got, I wouldn't say it stalled out, but it certainly was not nearly as potent as the game moved on, and Buhler was able to figure some stuff out defensively. That said, just hats off to this group that just battled and battled. And I think Chris, I think a game that very early on you could have said, we don't have it. This is not going to happen. But that's not at all what Buhler did. Buhler fought fought like dogs, and you just got to be so proud of the kids. I know Coach is.
Yeah, no, it's one of those games that there was moments early that you thought, man, Wamego's going to run away with this, but Buhler fought back, ends up falling to the Red Raiders tonight, 33-27. So we're going to send it back to the studios as we begin the Rise Up Reno Locker Room Show. You're listening to Buhler Crusader Football on 95.9 HKFM.
You've been listening to Buhler Crusader Football on HKFM. Stay tuned next for the Rise Up Reno Locker Room Show. Stream Crusader Football on your smartphone with the Ad Astra Radio app. Crusader Football on HKFM.
HUTCHREC is your community recreation provider. We're passionate in bringing healthy living opportunities through our youth and adult. Offering endless recreational opportunities at Dillon Nature Center, Senior Center at Elmdale Park, the Sports Arena, plus HUTCHREC downtown. See all of the community spirit and healthy living opportunities HUTCHREC provides your community at HUTCHREC.com and on our HUTCHREC front.
Horizons Mental Health Center, our licensed outpatient substance use treatment team, offers counseling, group therapy, medication-assisted treatment, and more options for in-person and telehealth services. Want to explore harm reduction or build a new path forward? We're here to support you. Call 620-663-7595 and ask for our substance use treatment team today.
Do you know that Stutzman Refuse Disposal is a locally operated Central Kansas waste management company owned by Waste Connections, a national leader in residential trash collection? Stutzman Refuse Disposal is the only true single-stream recycling facility in the state of Kansas to accept and process glass on site. Just one more reason to choose Stutzman's Refuse Disposal. Our business is picking up.
Hi, I'm Michael Klayman from Bank of the Plains in Hutch. We were established in 1906 on the Kansas Plains, and we continue to making our decisions based on what's best for small-town Kansas communities. We're a full-service community bank with traditional banking services you value and the digital capabilities you need to keep pace in today's world. We'd like to visit with you in person, so please come over to 517 East 30th in Hutch and learn more about how we are making banking simple. Equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Crusader Football on HKFM.
Well, welcome back to Wamego, where the Red Raiders still on the field celebrating.
In the kitchen.
All of the good moments they've had.
Well, and anybody that was a high school athlete in any sport, you remember that last game, that last match, that last whatever sport it is. You could talk to people our age or way older, and if they're a basketball player, football, whatever, wrestler,
absolutely,
they will be able to tell you about that last race, that last match. And so something that you talked about it. I think this year the injuries. One of the things that's kind of uncharacteristic for Buhler, lots of sophomores playing this year.
That's right.
And those sophomores really stepping up. And like Coach Warner said in the pregame, they're not really sophomores now; they're almost juniors because they've been playing so long, and really doing a nice job stepping in. And when you look at the overall results of the season, 4 losses this year. The first one of the year coming to Great Bend, which Great Bend, I think it's kind of got a one-way ticket to the 5A state title game. I mean, I'd be shocked if they don't advance there. 2 of the losses to Wamego, a team that's talented, has a lot of weapons.
With a quarterback that can really sling it.
Yes. No, yeah, I tell you what. Well, and a compliment to Logan Fulton, and I said this off the air. Last year we played Wamego both times. I kind of came away from the games really being impressed by the wide receivers. And maybe Fulton didn't necessarily stand out a ton. I was like, man, he had some beast receivers. This season I come away going like, man, Fulton's a gamer. And he not only last year had some talented receivers, but he's a gamer, and just his quarterback run game. I mean, that's what really in both games, and I don't know what overall yardage it's going to show up tonight, but just you think about, Matt, how many hard yards he got on those draw plays. And you talked about it extensively. When you go to the spread, it puts so much stress on the defense because you have less guys in the box, and so that quarterback run game, and he really did a nice job with that. And got through tonight without throwing a pick.
And even on that, lots of quarterbacks kind of shy away from contact. He was running hard between the tackles. I mean, he was having to really shoulder some legitimate shots in there, and then get up and do it all again. And kudos to him. And of course, we wish him the best of luck moving forward.
Yes, yeah. Speaking of moving forward, I'll try to get you a Mulvane Augusta update here, because the winner of this game will take on, or excuse me, Wamego will take on the winner of Mulvane and Augusta. The last score I had was Augusta leading 14-0. So if that's the case, I believe that would send the Orioles here to Wamego next week. So we'll go over scores here after a bit. Just, talking a little bit about this game, we talked about it a little bit earlier. The grit that our guys showed, there was moments, especially in that first half, where Wamego had all the momentum in the world, and the guys being able to really kind of find some heart and make it a ball game, and really down to those final couple of possessions had the opportunity to maybe win this thing.
Yeah, and again, kudos to the guys, the coaching staff, who kept them all believing and kept them all engaged in it right to the very end. I would love to know how that whole last series shakes out without that snap to start the first down. That ball was snapped past Asher. He had no real chance to get it, and then falls on it, but that kind of set everything back. So coach is calling. We'll see if we can't get set up here. Coach, do we have you?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm sure a really tough night right now in the locker room. Coach, as we watched the game, we were so just really intrigued at the way that you guys showed resilience, got down early, a couple of scores, fought right back. Can you talk a little bit about the resiliency your team showed tonight?
Well, they did. They never quit. They kept trying, and whether things worked or not, we kept trying different things, offense and defense, and trying to slow them down, trying to move the ball, and our kids just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. I'm so proud of them. And, we have very few seniors, but the leadership that they provided for us in situations like this, they stepped up, and we answered and just kept fighting. I'm so proud of the kids.
Coach, you mentioned those seniors. Can you talk a little bit about them? Some pretty special kids. Kids that I know that you love a ton. Can you talk about them a little bit, maybe some of your favorite memories of this group?
Well, Ben just running the ball like he does, runs so hard. He had a great run tonight. Max all over the field on defense, and then he's kind of struggled a little bit with blocking, and tonight he blocked the best he's ever blocked. Outstanding. Eli White just keeps fighting and blocking people, and he got to catch a pass tonight, so that was neat. Logan Turner, our quick tackle, blocking and trying to do everything he can. A big old boy at 6'3", 313. And then Jacob Miller, just an outstanding player. Holy cow, he got us back in the game, and I think he might have had a chance to score. We call it 50 hot on that tight end delay that we threw, and it just wasn't a perfect pass. If it could have been a perfect pass, he might have had a chance to score. And Jacob's all over the field. We asked him to change positions. He changed positions from linebacker to safety, makes plays at safeties. He had a big break up here at the end of the game to give us another chance. And just those kids have played hard, and they've been good leaders for our very, very young team.
Coach, speaking of that young team, obviously we're going to take some time and celebrate these seniors, but as you look ahead, and I know it's really, really soon, and I don't want to push you too hard on that, but you had a bunch of real young guys play a lot of snaps this year. A lot to look forward to. Of course, we're going to take time and celebrate these guys, but the future sure looks bright for Buhler football. Well,
it really does. I mean, we started so many young kids. We had 4 sophomores start, and then the rest of them juniors, with two guys on defense that were seniors. And we rotated people in on offense with Max and Asher McConaughey getting reps at fullback, and then Logan and Jackson Rumball Jackson being a junior, rotating in on the offensive line, and plenty of receivers. And, we had some injuries, key injuries. Landon Simon first game, and then McCade Zachary injured. Both one's Landon's a sophomore, McCade's a junior. Get those guys back, and we have a very talented group coming back, and we've got to work hard because we have an awfully tough schedule next year. We open with May South and then Mulvane, and they have a lot of people back, and then McPherson. So our first 3 games next year, we've got to be ready to go, and we're gonna put in the work. I know that. We've got to get bigger, faster, and stronger.
Well, Coach, I know a lot of guys really sat in that locker room. I know you guys will go hug them up and encourage them. It has been a real pleasure to watch you guys compete this year.
Thank you. I'm very proud of the kids, and thank you guys for everything you do for us.
Thanks, Coach. I'm sure Aaron will connect with you moving forward, but we sure had a good time.
Thank you.
Well, you heard it. You could hear in his voice just excited, certainly about the future, but
yeah,
just the anguish, right?
You think about it, just as an athlete. We talked about that last game. As an athlete or a coach, this group of people, this is the last time that all these people were in the same room, same field, same bus, working together for one common goal. Because next year, the seniors move on, and there's new guys coming in, and people move and all that type of stuff. So it's always that really bit of bittersweetness of these guys that you build relationships with. And something I'd always tell my players as a high school coach, I could still think about this, when those seniors who graduate, you just give them a hug and say, man, I wish this was like the NFL, where you could be on a 10-year deal. You think about Andy Reid and Travis Kelce or Mahomes, those guys that get the opportunity to work together for years, or even with the Raiders, how, Geno Smith, Pete Carroll he gets hired, he brings in his guys, you spend so much time together as coaches and players, and you really do build those bonds and those relationships, and that's something that just makes it hard, because you think about, any of those seniors, that's the last time that they got to play football, and the last time that they're getting to play with all these guys, and the thing that you just hope is, those seniors leave that lasting mark of just showing, they taught things to those younger guys.
Yeah, and it's hard to think of that group. Obviously, there's some guys that have had a lot of publicity, right? So Ben, obviously, and Jacob. But as I think through tonight, there were times where both of those guys were hit multiple times and kept their legs churning and kept working and kept grinding. And when you have seniors that set that kind of an example, it gives your younger guys something to aspire to. And I think this group has done a great job of that. And Buhler football moving forward has a lot of things to be excited about. And also, this group of seniors can be really proud of what they did. They were just hammered by injuries, a super young team, and those guys battled and set a course.
Yeah, and you talk about Ben Klaus. You think about all the tailbacks that have played under Coach Warner, and then before that, years prior, Coach Porter. There's been a zillion good tailbacks at Buhler. Ben Klaus setting the single game rushing record that was set before I was born, before you were born. Mike McCoy. That record from the early '70s getting broke tonight, and it's something that's neat. When a guy has a record that maybe lasts a long time, these other guys, you think about all those linemen out there, they'll be able to say, hey, I helped block the night that Ben Klaus set that record.
Absolutely.
And it's just one of those fun things that it's just the neat thing too. These guys, they'll be able to be remembered as guys that went out and fought. This Buhler team, there was multiple times tonight they could have packed up their tent, maybe laid down. These guys, every time they got punched, they got back up, got back after it, and just kept going.
Not for nothing, the two teams playing on the other side, Buhler beat them both.
Yes, no kidding. 100%, 100%. So, no, it's one of those. It's always tough that last game. Knowing, Coach always so gracious to join us. Compliments to Coach Warner. There's a lot of coaches in America that after a loss, they don't want to talk to anybody. And Coach always there to visit and talk up his kids. And so we really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor to get to cover these young men. And they fought hard for Buhler this year, came up short tonight against a very talented Wamego team. And, like we said, I think the winner of this game has a chance to go quite a ways still yet in the 4A West. There's still some juggernauts out there in the 4A West. Capen's looming pretty large there in the West. But hats off to this season. Tough way to end it, but only one team in the class ends with a win, and that's the state champion.
And we're just real proud.
Yep.
We're just so proud of the kids. They fought like they were dogs tonight. They fought like it, and we're just real proud of them.
No doubt. Okay, we'll take one final timeout. When we come back, we're just going to run down and talk about all the seniors. You're listening to the Rise Up Reno postgame show on HKFM.
Coming up on the Rise Up Reno Locker Room Show, we'll name tonight's player of the game and hear final stats in our Dix Phillips 66 postgame fill-up. Your home for Crusader football is HKFM.
Does your vehicle have door dings or hail damage? At Quality Body Shop in Pleasant View, we specialize in paintless dent repair, which is cost-effective and maintains the original paint. For 50 years, setting the standard. Quality Body Shop in Pleasant View. Quality you can see, every detail, every time.
Lyman Family Dental, next to Bank of the Plains on 30th and Hutch, not only helps brighten your smile, but also your whole image with their Botox treatments. Stop by for a consult today. Lyman Family Dental, brightening smiles one visit at a time.
From the first heartbeat to breathing easier and life-changing triumphs, healing every step of the way, strengthening your future, with advanced imaging and labs for precise answers, and compassionate care every step of the way, because every moment of health matters. Hutchinson Regional Medical Center, caring for every chapter of your life.
The year was 1933. FDR took office, the first Major League Baseball All-Star Game was played, and King Kong was a hit movie. Hi, this is Brad Patton, and also in 1933, our agency, Wade Patton Insurance, was founded by my great-grandpa, you guessed it, Wade Patton. A lot of things have changed in the past 90 years. One constant, though, has been my family's helping to protect the people and businesses of Hutchinson and around Kansas. Stop by and see us today at 6th and Main, or check out WadePattonInsurance.com. Independent since 33, Wade Patton Insurance.
Do you have the right financial advisor to help you reach your goals? Ameriprise Advisors can provide personalized, goal-based advice to help you feel more confident about your financial future. Call me, Zach Trump, with Prairie Hills Financial Group of Ameriprise Financial Services at 620-663-7478. Office is located at 1724 East 30th, Hutchinson, Kansas. Ameriprise Financial cannot guarantee future financial results. Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Crusader football on HK.
Welcome back up to Wamego as we are in the Rise Up Reno locker room show here, where the Red Raiders of Wamego defeat Buhler tonight, 33-27. Buhler finishes the season 6-4, and as our statistician Andrew Epp, or I guess he's got the stats, so we'll take a look at those stats here before we go down the senior rundown. But we'll take a look at some Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. In the third quarter, Great Bend is shutting out Bishop Carroll in Class 5A 35-0. At the end of 3 in 4A West action, Wellington getting some revenge on Rose Hill 21-7. Of course, Rose Hill had a big surprise upset earlier this season of Wellington. And Augusta, 3 scores ahead of Mulvane 28-7. So if that holds out, Augusta will make the long trek up here to take on Wamego next week. Last score we have out of Belleville, Trinity Catholic shutting out Republic County 36-0. Cheney defeats Holcomb in overtime, 23-20, so the Cardinals survive. And St. Thomas Aquinas in Class 5A actually trailing Mill Valley early in the fourth, 28-14. St. Thomas Aquinas, of course, the home of Randy Dreiling these days. And, last score out of the Inman Mound Ridge game, Inman clinging to a 5-point advantage, 14-9 over the Wildcats. So, Andrew.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so statistics tonight, it's always never as much fun after a loss, but did the quarterbacks keep their efficiency up in that second half?
Pretty well, considering the defense tightened up as also. But the total yards, let's see. I'll give you the score first. Wamego 33, Buhler 27. 2 missed extra points kept Buhler alive. If they would have scored a touchdown, Nathan Wells had a chance to win it, but they just couldn't quite get in the end zone at the end. So Wamego finishes this one with a 6-point win to advance. And total yards were this close. Wamego 384, Buhler 383.
Wow.
But Wamego ran 60 plays, Buhler just 46. So first downs, Wamego 20, Buhler 17. And both teams fairly efficient on third down, 6 for 11 for Wamego. Buhler just 4 for 9. And then the fourth downs, Buhler was 0 for 2, Wamego 2 for 3, and they were 2 huge ones in the second half. Penalties, Buhler 7 for 69. Don't like that. And Wamego 5 for 55. Just one turnover in the game, and it was that last 4th and 31 Hail Mary that was essentially a punt. So, on the ground, Ben Klaus, who, as we mentioned, last game against Wamego, just 12 carries for 34 yards and no touchdowns. This time finished 14 carries for 130 and 2 touchdowns. And he had a long of 76 that went for a score. His second longest rush after that was just 12 yards, though. Asher Zachary added 3 carries for 12 yards. Jacob Miller, 2 for 7. Lena Martinez, 2 for 2. Max Harmony, 2 for 2. Asher Zachary, 1 for 3. The team finishes 25 for 145, so that's 5.8 yards per carry, largely in help from that Ben Klaus 76-yarder. Wamego, led by their quarterback, Logan Fulton, on the ground, 22 carries for 82 yards before the kneel downs. I didn't count that. I count those as a team. And they had, I had him down for 24 carries for 82 yards last game. So 22 for 82, real similar. And he had 3 touchdowns on the ground today, though, a long of 22. His second longest after that 22-yard run was, guess what? 8. So there's a lot of little things just chipping away. 31 carries for 120 for Wamego total. That's 3.9 yards per carry, but they were able to move the sticks a lot. And then Buhler through the air. Asher Zachary, 14 for 21, 238, 2 touchdowns and that 1 pick. Landon Martinez was the leading receiver, 6 catches, 133. And he had a 75-yard touchdown in there. Jacob Miller, 4 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. Asher McConaughey had 2 catches for 26. Eli White had a big first down catch. That was a 17-yarder, and Ben Klaus added a catch for 6. Then through the air for Wamego, Logan Fulton, 18 for 29, 264, and 2 scores. Reed McDiffett had the most yards. He had 12 catches for 129. That Reed wears number 6, and then number 1, Dominic Falco, had 5 catches, 97 yards, but 2 touchdowns. And then number 17, Drew Erickson, added 5 catches for 68 yards, 264 yards through the air from Wamego, 120 on the ground. Buhler had 238 passing and 145 on the ground. So a lot of yards in this one. Defensively, Max Harmony led the way with 12 tackles. Lena Martinez, 9 tackles and a pass breakup. Dylan Skripsik, 7 tackles. Jacob Miller, 7 tackles and a huge pass breakup on 3rd and 15. Asher McConaughey, 7 tackles. Jackson Rumbaugh, 5 tackles, 2 for a loss, 1 sack. Garrett Gleason, 4 tackles and 2 huge pass breakups. Jackson Pratt added 4 tackles. And then Nathan Wells, as I had mentioned, he made all his extra points, and we were listening to the coaches saying they'd been alternating kickers on extra points, and they were going to go with Nathan the whole way after that missed extra point in the first half. And he would have had a chance to win the game if we would have gotten the end zone one more time. And just made me think, he played some hero ball earlier in the year too. Think about how good Mulvane is, and we know that now. He had like 3 touchdown saving tackles on kickoffs where they got a long return, and he brought them down. I think they scored 1 touchdown on those 3 possessions. So a lot of dudes doing a lot of dude stuff today, but it just wasn't enough. Like you said, there's only one team in each division that ends their season with the win. Unfortunately, this year, Buhler's not going to be there.
Well, statistically, with the 130 yards that Ben Klaus had tonight, I have him down. That takes him north of 3,000 yards rushing as a career back. And I tell you what, 3,000 yards, that's a lot of yards.
Do you know how many Buhlerites have been able to say that they eclipsed 3,000? Aaron, I'm sure, has it locked down in his.
That's too bad. The Elias Sports Bureau is not here, Aaron. But then with his touchdowns, because how many touchdowns did Klaus have tonight? Because he was at 49 coming into tonight. I know he had at least 1. So to have 50 touchdowns or better and 3,000 yards or better, that's a good day.
He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, so he finishes with 51 touchdowns, which
I didn't score 51 touchdowns ever.
Yeah.
In Madden.
I'll just say I was 50 away from his total of touchdowns in my career. But no, it's one of those. No, I really do appreciate. Andrew, the getting to all these games and doing the stats. It really helps. Tell the stories and. We really appreciate you devoting all the time and energy and effort because if it was up to us guys on the air trying to keep stats. We'd have the score and that one guy had that one catch, and that would be about the extent of our stats. So, Andrew, we appreciate all the time and energy and effort.
Well, I appreciate it too, and it's fun. If you ever look up in the booth, you'll see me scrambling because, in basketball I have the Game Changer app that everything totals up as I'm going, and in football the Huddle app has all kinds of bugs. So we have the coaching iPad that handles that, and they can go back and edit that later. I do everything by hand, pencil and paper, and so I'm adding and totaling and everything like that, and I've developed a way to kind of keep track of all the totals pretty efficiently, and so sometimes, it leads to maybe we knowing exactly how close Ben is to get the record.
Exactly.
Things like that.
If you didn't have the record keeping, I don't know if Ben Klaus gets that record.
Hey, any of my listeners on the radio here, if you ever want to hear a funny story of how Ben got that record and us sitting with the coaches, just holler at me sometime.
No doubt. As Paul Harvey would say the rest of the story. Well, Andrew, thank you as always. Thank you seriously for taking so much time. We appreciate it. It helps to really enrich the broadcast and let the folks at home know how things are going. But
I appreciate being a part of it.
Well, we appreciate you. That's Andrew Epp, statistician, helping you. Wamego 33, Buhler 27. We'll take one more time out and be back to recap the seniors. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
Next, we wrap up tonight's Rise Up Reno Locker Room show with a final look at the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Join Aaron West and head coach Steve Warner for the Crusader Coaches Show, Monday nights at 6:30.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric, 960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
Isaacson Insurance Agency, 38 years in business, available 24/7 to handle all your insurance needs. Visit isaacsonagency.com or call 620-727-0653 to start saving today. Isaacson Insurance Agency, free to do what's right for you.
Do you need custom shirts, hoodies, polos, or other apparel printed or embroidered? Hi, this is Tyler with 37 Print Company in Hutch. Whether it's for your sports team, business, or church, we've got you covered. Check out our work on our Facebook page at 37 Print Co. We print shirts.
Why choose I Need a Cleaners? Expert dry cleaning and our professional shirt service. We take time to care for all your special items. When laundry piles up, let us do it for you. I Need a Cleaners. It's where to take your clothes.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
Got a tough to-do list? Tackle it with an even tougher Can-Am Defender. AgriCenter has just the one for you. This capable and clever side-by-side for work gets the job done. With a class-leading 69 foot-pounds of torque and up to 2,500 pounds towing capacity. Come see us in Hutchinson and Salina to learn more about the 2025 Can-Am Defender HD10. No matter the task, no matter the terrain, you can rely on the Can-Am Defender. So head on down to AgriCenter, just named 2023 National Dealer of the Year in Hutchinson and Salina.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Welcome back up to the west side of Wamego one final time as Wamego advances over Buhler 33-27. And we got to get to the player of the game, brought to you by WIFCO Steel Products. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication. And the men of steel tonight, I think, Matt, we talked about the class of 2026.
Absolutely. Just so proud of those guys for all the work, think back to all of the summer mornings of weights and 6:15 or 6:30 practice and all of that work. And those guys deserve to be honored for the massive amount of time and effort and energy they've given in.
Yeah, high school sports takes an incredible amount of dedication, and for a program like Buhler that's successful, it takes a lot of people rowing in the same direction for that to happen. So
that's it.
We're going to run down, so your WIFCO Steel Products Men of Steel, the class of 2026, we're going to run down the senior class and talk a little bit about each of these young men. Well, the guy that wore number 1, I kept calling him by his big brother's name all season long, but Eli White.
Yeah, Eli came up with a huge catch in the first. Was it still the first half? Was it not? I think it was first half today on a third down play where Buhler just did not have stuff going in the right direction. Came up with a huge catch, and it's been fun to watch him. Usually used as a blocker, but came up with a huge play tonight.
Yep, so hats off to Eli White as he caps off his Crusader career. His dad played at Buhler, older brother played at Buhler, sisters played at Buhler. You know, just a great kid from a great family. Next down the line, the other senior wearing single digits, Jacob Miller.
What do you say? I'm really glad I don't get hit by that guy. That's what I have to say. That able to do so many unique things for a guy that size to be able to stop and accelerate that quickly. He's got a little bit of wiggle. He's got great hands, as evidenced by a couple of plays today that were phenomenal catches. And, boy, we're going to miss watching him.
And Anit, I think I talked about it on air earlier in the year, heard of a personal interaction he had with a Buhler youth football player. And just Jacob took the time to talk to a kid that wore number 9 in 6th grade for Buhler, and that kid – just that says a lot about Jacob's character. He's one of those kids, not all seniors in high school take the time to talk to a little kid at the fence at a ball game, but Jacob did, and just an all-around kid that represents Buhler with ultimate class.
Yeah, and not just on the football field, on the basketball court, on the baseball field, involved in a lot of stuff, and a pleasure to be around.
No doubt. Super nice kid. Next down the line, Caden Glass.
Yeah, I never really got a chance to know Caden, but he had a chance to play off and on throughout the season, and again, I don't think you can just say the whole class is one kid or two kid. It's a collective. It's that whole group that works together.
No doubt. Along the lines too, there Chuck W.R. Hendricks, a kid that had some injury troubles, but fought through those injuries and stayed out.
Absolutely. Big kid, I can tell you because I'm down on the sideline all the time, rallying the troops all of the time, encouraging the guys, keeping them pumped up.
So next down the line, Max Harmony. We're going to miss number 20, a kid, just a tackling machine. You think about how throughout the entire course, once he worked his way in the varsity lineup, just a guy that made lots of tackles. Didn't get a lot of carries, but a guy that made the most of his carries in that Buhler offense running the fullback.
Yeah, made a lot of tackles, not particularly big. A linebacker at, 5'10", 165 or 160, something like that. I mean, not a particularly big kid, but, man, sure packed a wallop when he came to hit you.
All right, the double deuce, Ben Klaus. Whew. Well, I guess I'll start on the personal note. You know, he was a Union Valley kid. My wife had him in music class. I'm going to tell you, being an old football coach, being married to a music teacher, not all football players are good students in music class.
Correct.
And I will tell you what, my wife, still this day, will talk about how good of a student and how respectful and how nice Ben Klaus was as a grade school student in her music class at Union Valley, and just a kid that I know she rooted for. You know, just neat to see a kid that worked hard and just a nice kid.
Boy, he really burst onto the scene as a sophomore.
Yes.
And he took over that spot. If you'll remember, Mitch McDaniel was the running back, was going to be the starting running back that year. And Mitchell kind of got banged up, and they put Ben back there. And then they moved Mitchell out to wideout, which was a better spot for him, and opened up the offense. Once Ben took over that spot, he just never relinquished it.
Yep, and having that single-game rushing record, that record stood since the 70s. It'll be interesting to see
how long it stands.
If Ben's record stands for a lot longer. Next down the line, we work our way out of the skill positions to the linemen. And I know Logan Turner, I know I said it beforehand off the air, a kid that goes to my church. It's been fun. He sits always, you know how, I'm sure, Matt, you're a pastor. Every church you have season tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so his family sits across from us at our church. So I've seen him just grow. And it's funny because where he sits, there's windows behind him, and there's like a shadow now. I can see when Logan is at church on Sundays. And so neat to see that young man stick with it and, you know, be the quick tackle this year.
Absolutely.
Next down the line, Jacob Anderson.
Yeah, another one of those guys that plays in the trenches. Kind of had his playing time up and down a little bit, but again, we've talked about the fact that those guys, they especially those guys on the line, really, if you want to get involved with it, they do it together. They don't do it as individuals. It's the collective.
Yep, and he's a Buhler legacy guy, played high school football with his dad at Buhler High back in the day.
That's awesome.
Tucker Schultz.
Oh, big Tucker. He really, again, just another one of those guys that can be a road grader up front. So many of those guys have the ability. And I think you got to remember that a lot of these guys, if they went to other schools, would play all the time. But because there are so many guys that play at Buhler, playing time can get a little tricky at times, but guys that have earned snaps.
No doubt. Then Connor Vaneski.
Yeah, super involved with the kick team. Big Connor was really kind of a fixture on that right side of that line.
And then the final senior, Levi Gardner. So finishes out one of those other linemen and guys that just stuck with it. And to be a senior football player, it takes a commitment. And these guys, every single one of this class of 2026, guys that stuck with it all the way through, and something that they can hang their hat on and be proud of for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely, really, like we've said all night, it's just been really fun to watch these guys grow and get better, and excited to see what they do moving out of football and into real life.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, I tell you, Matt, when they fire up the
blowers,
leaf blower in the stands, that is the cue from the community to
get out
and go home. So, well, anyway, we want to thank, didn't get a chance to earlier, thank all of the sponsors. If there's anybody that you've heard their business mentioned as one of the sponsors in any of these Buhler broadcasts throughout the season, make sure you tell them thank you for bringing Buhler football on the radio. We want to thank our videographer throughout the season, Jaden Yingling. He did fantastic work for us all season long. Want to thank Andrew Epp, statistician.
Hey, I had one more thing about these seniors real quick.
Yeah.
I started calling games for Prairie Hills when they were 7th graders on the Facebook Live broadcast. So I've been watching some of these kids, and yeah, I dreamt about someday hopefully doing this when they were seniors, and it's just amazing what all they've accomplished. It's been great. I mean, like, I think John Aldrich, he's a junior, but I'm pretty sure he kicked at some point. So yeah, didn't he? And so yeah, some of these names I've been calling for how long. Did Nixon kick too? Yeah, I mean there's some. You should have seen Jacob Miller throwing passes to his brother back in the day too. I don't know. There's just a lot of dudes that I've literally been calling their names for 6 years.
Wow.
And that's not just here. That's
yes.
the other schools in our league too. So it's been awesome.
Fun stuff. No, it definitely is. It's always fun to just see the young men grow, and like you talk, going back to middle school, and, as parents, we're all parents. Kids change. You look at your kids when they're in 6th grade and then when they're in high school, it's amazing how much they grow and develop. And like you said, Matt, not just as athletes, but as young men. Yep. So cool to see that. But so I want to thank Matt Atherton, doing sideline most of the year, helping with color tonight. Always helps enrich the broadcast a lot. You help solve a lot of the dilemmas that if me and Aaron can't see what's happening or one of us has it wrong, you're that good guy down on the sideline to help.
I don't remember a time you guys have ever had it wrong.
Thank you for that kind word. But, so I want to thank Matt. Aaron West this evening was working at a wedding. He's only missed, I think this is the second football game in maybe 20 years. So hope Aaron and those guys are enjoying the wedding. He really wanted to be here, but had some really good friends that he needed to be at the wedding for. But want to thank him. Want to thank back at the studio. Got to thank Rockin' Heath Schroeder. He's a Buhler High graduate as well. He doing a great job at the controls. And again, we want to thank all the sponsors for helping to bring Buhler football. Thank the coaches, thank the athletes for being great folks that we enjoy getting to cover. So for Jaden Yingling, Andrew Epp, Matt Atherton, and Heath Schroeder back in Hutch, this is Chris Shanks saying so long from Wamego. You've been listening to the Healthy Blue Kansas Road to a Championship presented by Thrive Allen County on 95.9 HKFM.
Atlas Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glassby.